Sorry guys, I'm sick today. I have a cold and I'm gonna be a little bit stuffy, so I'm so sorry if that's annoying ahead of time. But you know what they say.
Yep.
What goes up must come downs.
What's up?
Nothing. We did car stuff today.
Well, you didn't say who's here.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's me. Hey, I'm fucking Jimmy, fucking sick boy Bones Haldeman, and this year we got 86-year-old Jake.
Actually, this week, since I called Wheeler Walker Jr. and left him a voicemail, I'm Tater Nuts this week.
Tater Nuts.
Because that's what I told him. That's I told him.
Hey, I'm Tater Nuts. And we got Jamie / Mike / Pussy Slayer over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Did that work?
Talk into it again.
Hello?
It's crazy. Whatever. It's quiet.
Talk into it harder.
It's whatever. Ah! Sorry, my ear came out. All right. So
say something.
Hello?
Well, it's gonna pick up on our mic, so you can't really tell.
Okay.
Whatever. If worst comes to worst, it'll pick up on our mics anyway.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm only just talking through a Turtle Beach headset earpiece that somehow fucking...
yeah, dude, this is a fucking mess. Whatever. We need to get a mic.
Yeah, we had a little
Debacle.
Yeah, fucking debacle. But whatever. James brought good alcohol to the party this time.
Fuck. What the fuck? You didn't like Kraken?
Well, no, I love Kraken.
Well, you said this time, like I never do.
No, yeah, trust me, the Kraken's good. I brought Kraken to the party last time.
Yeah.
But now he is, he broke the fucking bank for this one, people.
Yeah, I paid like $50 for that.
He got 1.75 liters of Jim Beam Devil's Cut.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's smooth as shit.
Yeah, but it's a little warm.
Well, that's
it warms you up. It's like it warms you
up. It's probably a lot different once you got ice in it.
Yeah.
If you were to have it on on rocks, dude.
No, I had ice in there. It still warmed me up.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's kind of like swallowing a match.
Well, I have it I have it mixed with my coffee Monster, and it's really good right now.
Yeah, and it does. It actually does look really good.
It's really good right now. Yeah. But
okay. You wanna give props to the opening band? Gave us the song for the week.
Yeah. It was who was it again? Diabetes for Life. Beatus for Life.
The Bettis. The Bettis.
The Bettis for Life.
Yeah.
And I think what was the album called? Fucking Counting Sugars.
Yeah.
What was the song name? Oh no, the album name was Jimmy. No, it was JB Bones.
Yeah, JB Bone.
And the song name was Counting Sugars.
JB Bone gonna lose a foot.
Yeah. Lost foots.
Sorry, there wasn't a lot of.
Yeah, so.
I took a load in the eye today, so I'm a little fucking.
Yeah. There's a little story behind that. Do you want to explain yourself before you look gay?
No, we'll just say I took a load in the eye.
All right, but I am gonna talk. We fixed my car kind of today. We replaced the master cylinder on it, so that was actually really smooth and it was quick and we got it done really fast. So, luckily I'm not a dum-dum like every other typical millennial who doesn't know how to do shit with cars. So. Wow. Well, it's true. Dude, all people in my fucking generation suck with cars. They're like vaginas, dude. It's like most of them don't even know how to do their own fucking brakes or their own oil, dude. It's fucking stupid. So I kind of knew like how to take shit out and whatnot. So that made it a little bit easier. But as far as like I've never bled brakes before or anything, so he had to help me do that.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good job.
Well, we did it quick.
Yeah, it was quick, real quick.
And you worked on Megan's car.
Yeah.
Before that, and then
so we had enough cars for today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna talk about some fucking UFOs.
Yeah, we're gonna work on a UFO when those get released to the public. You want to work on UFOs?
Yeah, I'll work on a fucking UFO.
UFO.
UFO. I want some of that fucking. What was that shit Bob Lazar had?
Alien pussy.
Whoa.
115.
Yeah, 115, element 115.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, get some of that.
Yeah.
Chop it up and smoke it.
You know what they say?
So I'm really not gonna. I got nothing. I don't think I got nothing this week. Everyone's
Nexium?
everyone out there is still fucking retarded.
No Nexium. I mean,
No, I
what
didn't.
else happened to I haven't heard anything about South Korea, or I mean North Korea. My bad.
Yeah, I don't.
I haven't after
think
that
I
after
haven't
after the summit it's kind of died down.
Yeah, I haven't really been paying attention because they got kids in cages or something, and that's all.
Peter
you
Fonda.
fucking hear about.
Peter Fonda, get back to us.
Hey, yeah, we called him too.
Yeah, I called him and I asked him to please to not put me in the cage. Anyway,
Yeah.
So
So this week we're gonna talk about.
Jake's subject.
We're gonna get to Trump's. Trump made an announcement there about his
Space Force.
Yeah, his sixth branch of the military,
Fuck yeah.
the Space Force.
Too bad-
Starship Troopers.
Too bad I can't fucking join because I got Bettis.
But eventually we're gonna get to that. But there's a lot of shit
Speaking of that, dude,
that leads to that.
when we were hanging out, last night, dude,
Yeah.
fucking, I was trying to explain to Jake, little Jake,
Yeah.
how I can't join the military because I got Bettis. I don't think they'll let me because
Is that a thing? I don't know.
Maybe
no,
this,
because you have to because I think any medication that you have to take because of your own volition. So like because I'm a fat fuck, and like
wow.
it's kind of like how people were like, why are we letting trannies in the fucking military? Like whether or not you believe in gender identity politics or whatever, the point is that that would come out of the taxpayers' fucking pay. It would come out for
Yeah.
the taxpayers. They would have to pay for these people's medications, and same thing with diabetes is that they'd have to pay for my glipizide and shit like that. So it's like,
I mean, Wilford Brimley might help you out.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley. He's been battling the.
yeah.
Oh, is he dead?
I fucking is.
Well, you
if,
better-
if he's not, we just killed him.
Yeah, we have a bit of a history there.
Yeah.
Fucking
Whoops.
just killed somebody last night.
Yeah, let's not talk about Uncle Stan.
That's fucked.
That is fucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, we're talking about fucking Space Force 69, dude. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. So, yeah, like you said,
So, yeah.
Trump announced this
Yeah,
fucking
by
Space
the way.
Force. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if you can just straight up join or if they're pulling people from Air Force. I don't know what the deal is.
It's probably. Listen.
It's probably
this
both.
Is,
It's
this
probably
is
both.
this is what we're gonna get to here. Okay. They already got the people. They've had the people. They've had the division.
Yeah.
They've had it all, and they've had it for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna fucking talk about.
You know what? You know what, man? You know what I think? I think we're gonna send people to space like in Gundam, and we're gonna have like outside like space colonies, and then that outside space colony is gonna fucking rebel, and they're gonna call themselves the Xeon, and then they're gonna fucking drop a fucking they're gonna drop a fucking satellite on one of our fucking Earth colonies, and then it's gonna be the start of the universal century.
Then we're gonna need fucking Amuro to save the day.
Yeah. Why the fuck you down it like that, bro? Jesus Christ. Just because it's smooth doesn't mean it feels good.
Wow. Oh my god. Holy shit.
That'll put hair on your chest, huh?
That'll burn the fucking hair off. Wow. Don't do that again.
Well, I did it once already.
Ooh,
The shot.
Yeah.
But I like whiskey, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's
You
good.
didn't have to do that.
No, it's good.
Okay.
You just gotta have a hairy sack to fucking do that. I shave my nuts, dude.
My sack gets hairy very fast.
Does it?
I have to maintenance it quite often.
Yeah, I shave. I've been shaving for a long time.
Is that okay to talk about on the podcast about my sack?
We just fucking did.
Well,
so.
I don't know. Whatever. You guys get to hear about my sack, and I'm just saying, without getting the dirty fucking details, I have to man fucking scape. Is it called manscaping? I have to manscape myself pretty often.
Yeah, I shave quite a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, so that wasn't relevant to the Space Force.
No, absolutely nothing to do with it.
So where are you starting out with this, man? Like where are you trying to? Where's your base? Where's your structure here?
Okay, so what we're gonna try to do here is run down through some stuff. Now, for me to talk about Trump's Space Force,
Yeah.
I have to go all the way back to World War II.
Yeah.
And that's
when we first went to space and fucked an alien.
Yeah, and that's where I got to start.
Guys, if I say anything, please don't fucking take it as fact, because odds are I'm probably fucking joking. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Whoa, what the fuck? Did that guy just shoot a fucking rat?
So, okay, so to do this is where I'd like to start. Okay, we got to go all the way back to World War II. Okay, I'm going to talk about some Nazi shit. This is going to get really fucking complex.
It's also going to get weird.
It's going to get really weird.
It's going to get weird.
Because once you start lifting layers of this,
it starts getting
many
hard
doors
to believe too.
Yeah.
Like you have to be into a couple different conspiracies at the same time before you start fucking getting this.
You have to be drunk and have a theory.
Yeah, personally, you might have to be at first level tinfoil wearing, which is just a tinfoil yarmulke.
Okay, so we're gonna start back at World War II.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we already know. Listen, the Nazis were way. It's time to get up for work.
Yeah.
We already know the Nazis were way ahead of everyone.
Yeah, and they were into fucking black magic, dude. But that's a different fucking episode.
Yeah.
That's
see, that's the whole thing too. If you really want to go deeper, you can talk about the Vril Society.
Oh man, which has to do with both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fucking crazy. You know what? Quick fact about Nazis. A lot of people like to think about Nazis, and like a lot of political people like to look at Christians nowadays and be like, "Oh, you're a devout Christian. What are you, a Nazi?" Little did you know. Here's a fun fact for you guys. Did you know that fucking the Nazis did not believe in Christianity? They believed in the old gods. They were actually pagans.
Yeah, yes. Pagans.
So, in fact, the SS on their arms that they had on their suits, the SS, those were runes. Those were runes for ancient like pagan language. So
yeah, and
a lot of their imagery was paganism.
And
people don't realize that. They never do.
Clue.
So that's a quick fucking trivia for you guys who like to call everybody a Nazi.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to World War.
Which is funny. Let me add real quick. A lot of you guys out there calling people Nazis are pagans. You guys are like, I'm a pagan and I believe in pagan beliefs. You know, I'm like nature girl. I'm nature girl. It's like you call people Nazis and the fucking Nazis were pagans. You fucking fool.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It makes me mad because it's ironic.
We just lost that one fucking girl on Facebook.
She's probably a fucking pagan. She's probably a pagan.
She ain't gonna fucking listen anyway. Probably too busy making fucking porns on Pornhub.
Oh my god. They make a lot of money. Don't judge them.
Whatever. So now we got to go back to World War II. You guys know, both of you know a lot about World War II. One of the things that came out of World War II, it kind of started. There was rumors leaking out about all kinds of shit the Germans were doing. They were already ahead of us in jet engines, rocketry.
Some artillery too. They had some advanced artillery.
Yeah, wicked shit. They just they had the wicked shit, man.
Yeah. In fact, when Operation Paperclip happened, we picked up a lot of their scientists, and that some people say that's how we jumped in fucking technology so fast. Too.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of military tech, you know.
Yeah. So. And with the jet engines there. Quick story. This is going back years ago. Probably. Holy shit. Probably. I'm old. Holy shit.
Okay.
I'm fucking old.
Yeah.
Probably.
If you didn't know, Jake is about 128 years old.
Probably about 17, 18 years ago, I was down at this place. I was down at Snydersville Diner. And I used to stop there every once in a while on my way home from work and have breakfast by myself. I'd sit there, read the fucking paper. That's when we read papers because we didn't have a fucking cell phone to just look at the fucking news.
Wow.
Yeah, it really sucked. You had to read. So I'm sitting there, and I was there by myself, so I'd sit up at the counter.
Yeah.
And I was sitting up at the counter, and there was these three really old dudes there. And it was really cool. I'll probably never encounter a story like this again in my life. The three of them were World War II veterans.
Yeah. Did they all were they all in the same squad or
It
something?
might have been two of them, and then the one guy wasn't. No.
Oh, they were in different
But
squads. Okay.
the one guy was I don't. It was probably one of the most fucked up jobs for the Air Force guys to do. He was a turret gunner. A lot of turret gunners didn't fucking survive, and they were nice enough to cut me in on the
How
story.
come they didn't survive?
Because a lot of times the turret, you were at the bottom, and the way the ships were, ships. Huh, I'm already thinking Trump Force. The way the planes were designed, the turret gunner on the B-52 was down below.
Yeah.
And the way you had to get in and out, the system was just shit. And a lot of guys would get trapped in there if the hydraulics went or whatever. And then if they had like landing gear that was fucked up, when they'd come back to England and they'd land, those guys were fucking dead, dude.
Wow.
Because they'd have to land on these fucking guys. Yeah. So the turret gunners had a real tough fucking gig over there. And I got to hear this guy's story of when they were going over Germany.
Sorry, guys, if you hear me sniffle. I'm sick as fuck.
They were going over Germany, and I tell you what, I didn't write down the fucking name, so I forget the name. They had this little jet, this little tiny jet. It was like one of the first they did, right?
I think I know.
And basically, they
wasn't it like a one seat, like tiny thing?
Yeah. They were just experimenting with it. Basically, they would fill this thing with fuel on the runway as fuel was leaking all over.
Yeah.
Light the fucking match, and this thing would just shoot straight up in the sky.
Yeah.
And they would have to shoot everything, fire their guns on the way up, and then they would actually go up above all the bombers.
Yeah.
And they'd have to wait till they came back down. By that time, they were out of fuel.
So it wasn't really a jet. It was like a fucking firework that never went off.
Yeah, it was like a little ship of death. But this old man, he actually talked about how he got to witness one. Actually, he's seen it fucking rip a bomber in half, because it was a real fucked up story. And most of those guys are gone. You don't get to hear fucking stories like that. So it was pretty cool. I got to hear that fucking story. And he said it came up, and he seen it. It fucking cut a bomber in half. Of course, that jet blew up too. But
yeah,
they were really. But it just goes to show you the Germans were ahead of everything, and they would try anything to get the edge. And so that leads into other stories that these other bombers said they seen when they were flying over Germany.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the band here. I'm talking about Foo Fighters. Okay, Foo Fighters wasn't something Dave Grohl came up with, which is a pretty cool name for a band, which he said he hates actually. But I think it's an awesome name for a band.
What, Foo Fighters?
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
Didn't he make up the name?
Yeah, he really doesn't like the name. I think it's brilliant. I think it's awesome.
I like Ace of Base.
Yeah, Ace of Base. Nazis.
Got him.
But the Foo Fighters, how a lot of these service guys describe the Foo Fighters, they described them as like balls of light that would come around their planes, around their bombers, and no one really had an explanation what they were. It was just like balls of light that could travel. They never tried to take the planes down. They would hover around the planes, in front of the planes. They would speed up. The speed was ridiculous compared to what everyone was using at the time. So basically, these are your UFOs of World War II.
Your aircraft UFOs, like not necessarily aliens. They were just unidentified.
Yeah. And there's a good percentage of people that are into this stuff. They believe that the Foo Fighters were actually German technology.
Yeah. Well, I'd imagine. I don't know.
Because the Germans had this cool little place. It was a little island.
Yeah.
It was called Peenemünde. Yeah.
Huh. What is it?
Peenemünde was actually a little island where they did all this funky shit. It was ran by a guy. It was one of America's most famous Nazis, von Braun. He's the one who basically,
I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's basically the one who created NASA. So Peenemünde was located in between. It was in the Baltic. It was a little island there. It was between Poland and Germany, and a lot of Jews fucking died there, man. Basically,
It was an island, you said.
yeah.
And what they do? They brought Jews there.
They
Jews
brought.
So it was a concentration camp too.
Well, it wasn't really a concentration.
It was an
camp. It
experiment.
was a labor camp. They actually used the Jews as laborers to build the parts for their V2 program.
Yeah.
And shit like that. A lot of fucking Jews died there.
Dude,
And von Braun everyone says von Braun wasn't a fucking Nazi, but that dude was a straight up fucking Nazi.
Yeah.
If we didn't need him, he would have been brought up on fucking war crimes. Totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, anyway, speaking of which, I was thinking for a second. I know this is a bit off topic. Maybe we'll talk about it some other time. You remember Japan? They had their where they experimented on the Chinese.
dude, that was bad.
They made the Nazis look fucking. They made the Nazis look soft.
Fucking bad.
They used to cut off all their limbs just to see what would happen.
They would use them for fucking target practice, live target practice.
Oh my god!
I mean,
that's a sickening story. In fact, if we ever talk about that, I don't even think I'll have the stomach to joke
dude,
about it.
It's really bad.
It's definitely one of the more fucked ones. But I was just thinking about that when you told me about this island. I was like, is this place where they experimented on Jews? But no, it's a labor camp.
So the rocket program. There's a lot of weird shit with the Nazis and technology, like you said. There's stories about the occult, and a lot of the occult, especially the Vril Society, they heavily believe that they could communicate with people from other worlds.
Especially the head, one girl that supposedly was heading it. And they said that she had direct contact with the fucking aliens.
Yeah, and a lot of these high-ranking SS people, they were part of a lot of these groups.
Yeah.
So it's...
The fuck was that?
I think we're under attack by the Russians. But anyway...
That'd be pretty cool, huh? Then post a podcast before the internet goes out?
Yeah, right.
Most popular podcast?
Yeah.
Because it happened during the fucking attack?
You heard the first shot.
Yeah. So you had the Germans making all this.
We gotta hit Broadensville.
Yeah, Broadensville gotta go. They gotta fucking go. They just had a car.
Too many rednecks.
So there's a lot of if you took over this country, that's the portion you would have to fucking wipe out first.
I found out how many people.
I hate to tell everyone out there that makes fun of rednecks, dude.
Did you know
when the time comes, we're going to be the ones protecting the fucking country.
All right. Side note, guys, talking about this. What's funny about that is that that's why I don't think any country would ever bring war to our.
No, they won't. You can thank the NRA for that.
Yeah. Listen, the NRA is not perfect. They fuck up sometimes, but you know what? At the same time, just gun ownership has really. That I hear from what I understand is that's why countries will never try to do boots on the ground.
Yeah,
with us.
they can't
because let's say you landed in the middle of Broadensville.
They can't. Yeah.
Think about every dude who owns an AR-15. They said somebody said behind every blade of grass there'd be an American with a fucking gun.
Yes,
I forget who said that.
There's been world leaders and world dictators that have said that.
Yeah.
That this would be the stupidest place in the world to try to attack. That's what cracks me up when I don't know, they were trying to pull some shit a while ago. Oh, the Russians are financing the NRA and this and that. You know what? A country like that, they don't want the NRA in our country because we all have guns, motherfucker. We all have guns. And you know what?
Yeah.
Your citizens don't.
Yeah.
And we fucking do.
Dude, and that's,
how are we getting on fucking guns again?
Well, think about it. Think about how many people, millions of people would fucking just grab their guns because there's millions of guns. You'd think there's more. You'd think there's less. You'd think there'd be less gun ownership.
Yeah.
There's millions upon millions of people with guns in this country. Now think about that. You wouldn't be able to land anywhere, man.
No.
Or else you'd have people who would stand up for their community.
You're absolutely right.
there's more armed citizens in the world than there are people in the military entirely.
You're
Did you know
absolutely
that?
right.
Did you
You're
know that?
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So
that
you
just
can
makes
thank
things
all
more.
the gun owners. We're safe. Ain't nothing happening. But anyway,
Space Force.
yeah, Space Force.
Yeah, we got off topic.
Yeah,
Sorry, guys.
big time. I don't even know where the fuck it left off. Okay. So the Germans.
Well, we were talking about something blew up over there.
The island. The island.
Yeah, we're talking about the island.
Pinamunda.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good shit. Okay, so the Germans were pretty much the first ones to create fucking rockets, dude. Like not just rockets, like fucking rockets that could fly from my fucking country to your fucking country. And that was like a totally new thing. And they actually, because of von Braun and a couple other people, they actually, they were already thinking of going to space. They were already thinking. So you're talking.
Well, you have to figure.
the
When
early
did we go to
40s.
space? We went to space 63, right? We went to the moon in 63.
Well, that's what they say.
Well, didn't we do some orbiting before
No,
that?
when the fuck did we go to the moon? I
We-
think
we
we
went
went
to
to.
the
We
moon
didn't. No, we didn't hit that till '68, because Kennedy was gone. Kennedy was already dead. I think it was '68 or '69.
69.
Yeah, it was '69.
Okay. Well, either way, that's still. And then we had missions where we did orbiting missions, didn't we?
Oh
Before
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So you have to figure that's only 20 years before, you know.
yeah. And
And that, like I'd say by the 50s, I would imagine if the Nazis still existed by the 50s, they would have been trying to go to space. I'd reckon.
yeah,
I'd reckon they'd be trying to make it to space.
yeah. And because of their technology, and because of some of the occult stuff with the Vril Society, there's actually people that think, top end Nazis that didn't get caught or brought to the U.S. or brought to Russia or brought to the U.K. They kind of bailed and went to Antarctica
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they had a little base down there.
Well, towards the end of the Nazi regime, didn't we have soldiers that went down to Antarctica?
Okay, now here's where it starts to get weird.
Okay.
Because the war in Europe ended in, I believe, what the fuck was it? August of 45?
I thought it was 46. 46?
Or was it? I think it was August of 45.
September of 45.
September. Oh, look at that. I was off by fucking months. Son of a bitch.
I thought it was 46.
So September of 45 is when World War II officially ended. Okay. But then you got all these rumors about all this secret technology, all this shit. So in August 1946, you had this little thing that was started. It was called Operation High Jump.
I've never heard of that.
Okay, now you can Google Operation High Jump and you'll find out what this is.
Okay.
Operation High Jump was a little. They call it an exploration to Antarctica. But
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
where that guy he flew over
Yes,
Antarctica?
Bird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
weird fucking story, dude.
Yeah, Operation High Jump was not an exploration.
That's one of the creepiest stories. That's one of the creepiest things I ever got into.
They
I'm remembering now.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it was called Operation High Jump. I remember
Yeah.
when you told me to look into that. That was one of the weirdest things I got into because it was like,
Way after the
Yeah.
war is over,
yeah.
they said it was for exploration purposes.
Which it was
but-
for Bird. For Bird, it
Well,
was.
maybe for Bird, but if you look into everything that the U.S. government set down there, it was clearly an invasion.
Yeah.
It was an invasion force. Now I don't have the numbers on what went
Well,
down
they brought
there.
like a military force.
Dude, there
Yeah.
was almost 5,000 soldiers.
All I know is that Bird. Are we getting into what happened to Bird? Are you going to talk about what happened to Bird?
I really wasn't gonna go that far.
Well, I'll do a brief. I'll do
Yeah,
a briefing
yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Basically, Bird during Operation High Jump, he had gone towards the center of Antarctica.
Yeah.
And during that time, he had said he got intercepted by unidentified flying objects.
Yeah.
And when he did, he said he got brought down into a city.
Yeah.
In Antarctica, he met with quote unquote like Aryan alien kind of things. Like they
Yeah.
weren't quite human, but they were like blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah.
And he said they met with people and then they got sent on their way.
Yeah.
That's what he wrote in his journal, supposedly.
Yeah,
Now, whether that's real or not, nobody knows. Because it was in his journals, but you never know if that was just bullshit.
Yeah.
But the point is that that's weird. That
Yeah.
was one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. And the fact that that was just an exploration of fucking Antarctica, like ever since I started looking into the Antarctica things, you started sending me videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I started looking more into Antarctica. And it's like, wow, it's like this neutral zone where politicians always go. It's like you can't go there.
Yeah.
Like if me and you were to take a boat and fucking go to Antarctica, shore down on fucking Antarctica and try walking towards the middle, we would be stopped.
Yeah.
And we would have to be sent home.
Yeah. And I just listened to a video the other night where this guy was talking because he
It's a no-fly zone too.
yeah, this guy was totally beating on flat earthers, which was pretty funny. But the problem with Antarctica is when you start,
I don't believe in flat
yeah,
Earth.
when you start talking about Antarctica, all the flat earthers jump on. Flat earthers, you're fucking crazy. But anyway,
Yeah, I'm not a flat earther.
so this guy was shredding. He called them myths about Antarctica, just to to piss on the flat earthers. And one of the things he said is like, "Oh well, anyone can go down there. Anyone
You can't.
wait. Anyone
Yeah.
can go down there. You could do this. You could do that. You can do that." Listen, he's right to a point. There are a couple agencies, you can find them online. There are a couple agencies down that operate down there. They're government controlled, where you can pay money to take a tour of Antarctica.
But they don't bring you towards the middle.
Yeah,
They never do.
yeah.
And the scientists that go there have limited access.
Yeah, it's only certain areas. It's designated areas, and there is a no-fly zone over Antarctica. The rules down there are so fucking strict.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Antarctica's
And-
fucking weird, and I want to
dude,
go there.
And it's the only place in the fucking world, the round world, that fucking
The globe.
like 12 countries that half the time hate each other can agree on everything about fucking Antarctica and not argue about it. So
Yeah.
what does that fucking tell you about Antarctica?
And not to mention, didn't who launched a nuke over there? Was it Obama?
No. The nuke came. They said they fucking detonated a nuke over Antarctica in the late 50s. And some people say that was actually a joint effort between the Soviets
Yeah.
and the Americans because they needed to stop something up there or some
Yeah.
shit.
I don't know how much I believe that, but
Yeah.
you know,
A side note: Operation High Jump included 4,700 men, 13 ships, and 33 aircraft.
That's
Wow.
not an expedition.
no.
That's not an
Because
expedition.
well, why would you need
No.
33 aircraft for an expedition?
Yeah,
You need 33
you fucking
aircrafts
don't.
more like to fucking attack something. But whatever.
Yeah. So that mission was supposed to last.
Well, I think if you want my personal opinion, like putting aside aliens and bullshit, like I believe in aliens, but I think a lot of the theories that come about Antarctica are a little bit weird.
Yeah,
and
oh,
totally far out. I think because I heard that they had an operation there. We knew a guy. We worked with a guy whose father went to Antarctica for Nazis, didn't he? Didn't he go to Antarctica?
Antoine,
Remember,
Yeah,
Antoine.
Antoine.
His father actually went to Antarctica because there was a Nazi base there, I
Yeah.
believe,
Yeah.
where they were hiding U-boats there.
Yeah. They had
Yeah.
they had a U-boat base down there.
Yeah, after the war.
After the fucking
Yeah.
war. Yeah.
So that what I think I think all those aircraft were used if they were finding any rogue
Yeah.
things, possibly. I don't know. I'm not a fucking government official, but as far as the nukes go, I don't know what that deal was. But side story, I actually just recently watched a video. The Tsar Bomba, the biggest nuke that ever got.
Oh yeah. The Russian one.
You know how it got launched way north of fucking Sweden.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard about the testimonies about how that nuke behaved?
No.
That
no.
nuke is fucking insane.
No, I remember seeing a story.
500 miles out, people's fucking windows got blown out.
That's
500
fucking
miles.
Crazy. That's a big fucking.
And then it was
firecracker.
I think it was thermally. I think it was thermally like dangerous up until like a couple hundred miles, dude.
Oh, I believe
Like
it.
it was, which is insane. And I'm not surprised that didn't the scientist who make it said that he made a huge mistake developing it.
Well, I know the scientists that made the fucking that was in charge of the Manhattan Project. Those guys, they regretted
Well,
it.
I thought that the one developer of the Tsar Bomba actually regretted.
I don't know. I
regretted
don't
it.
know that much about it. So
I thought he looked at it as like he made a fucking mistake even developing this.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I had something that was blowing out windows 500
Yeah.
miles out, I probably would fucking feel that way too.
Yeah.
I just created a fucking death machine.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's
Yeah.
fucking complete death.
Yeah.
So you had all these fucking rumors and shit. So Operation High Jump happens. It was supposed to last a certain amount of time, but it didn't last as long as it was supposed to. They said it was because of the cold, the supplies, blah, blah, blah. But there's actually people that say it wasn't because of that shit. It's because they got their ass kicked. They kind of got chased away because...
Well, to be fair, they didn't have a lot of things there. They just had more than an exploration would probably have.
And the guy who headed it, Byrd,
Yeah.
Admiral Byrd. Byrd made a statement in an interview after that mission. He said that in the future, the wars will be fought from flying machines that can go from pole to pole. Okay. Now,
Well, I mean, technically we do now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how you interpret that statement. He could have been talking about ICBMs. He could have been talking about the newer tech as the technology advances, the planes, because we got planes that are just.
Well,
dude,
I don't know how many. I don't know. Can't they hit
go.
Mach 3? Is it Mach 3?
No. Well, I'll get into that in a little bit.
All I know is that they go multiple hundreds of miles per hour at the same time.
I'm going to get into that a little bit because eventually here I'm going to start talking about some black programs.
Okay.
That are true. It's all the black programs. What I'm going to talk about. It's all true. It's just to give you an idea of our technology. I want to give an idea of our technology and how old the technology that we see today actually is. So they did the Operation High Jump. And once again, Nazis, crazy UFOs, shit like that. So now you got the UFO thing fucking again. So now here in the U.S., what does the U.S. do? They open up Operation Paperclip. Now,
Yeah.
you know what Operation Paperclip is.
I think any entry-level conspiracy theorist knows what fucking paperclip is.
Yeah.
Well, not that it's even a conspiracy. We know that it happened. That's definitely happened.
Yeah.
That we housed some Nazis.
Yeah,
And we
and
changed their identities. So
I believe it's documented what they released, I think it was 1,500 Nazis we took in.
Yeah.
And they were all scientists.
they were all the high...
And they were all fucking war criminals.
They were either high-level scientists or high-level SS, stuff like that.
And they were all war criminals.
Yeah.
But we didn't fucking... Because we needed them. Like Von Braun.
Yeah.
Von Braun is my favorite.
Yeah.
So Operation Paperclip, we taking all these fucking scientists.
1,600.
16?
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so we got 16. The UK took some. The big ones took them.
Yeah.
The US, UK, and Russia. Just to give you an example on how this technology that the Germans were developing, how the US, the UK, and the Russians benefited off of it. Like I said, they had the V2 rocket.
Yeah.
Okay. You can look up the V2 rocket. Okay. The V2 rocket was used from 1944.
What's the V2 rocket?
The V2 rocket is a rocket they developed at Puntangio. Panamunda was what Von Braun...
Puntain Island.
Yeah, what Von Braun and his Nazi cohorts... That's the rocket they developed on Punamundo.
Speaking of Jewish labor camps, Abigail Shapiro hit me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, she got big honks.
Dude, sorry, Ben Shapiro. I know it offends you. And I know Abigail Shapiro spoke on it and how she's like, ew, nasty trolls. But listen, I looked at your nudes and I was utterly impressed. And I'm actually in love with you. And I think you're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
So hit him up.
Hit me up, please.
Okay.
Of course, I'm fucking joking, but whatever.
Okay, so that the V2. The V2 was basically the first ICBM, intercontinental. ICBM. It goes from one continent to a fucking another.
ICBM.
ICBM.
ICUP.
Yeah,
I-cup. Get it? I
So-
spelled I-cup. ICUP. Get it?
So
Get it?
they used it on England a lot.
IP.
They blasted England with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you know that England has no dental at all? Because
Yeah,
they all
you can
have fucked
fucking
up teeth
tell.
and they all smell bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
So-
so sorry.
So the V2 rocket, okay. The age of the V2 rocket, it's funny when you look it up. The V2 rocket was used from 1944 to 1952. Okay, what year did we say the war ended? 45. The war ended in 45, but the V2 rocket was used until 52.
19420.
Okay. Say that again. The war ended, the Nazi regime ended in 1945, but the V2 rocket was used until 1952.
Yeah.
Okay. That's because the Russians used it, the United Kingdom used it, and the US used it. That gives you an example of how these German scientists
I'm looking this
were
up.
taken and spread
I
out.
want to see what it looks like. It's actually up. It's one of the first.
Yeah. So that gives you an example of how important
So what was this even used for?
that was used. Well, towards the end of the war, the Germans used it. It's kind of funny. They didn't have their.
Wait a minute.
They didn't.
Is this like a bomb?
Yeah.
They're putting this in Battlefield fucking 5, dude.
Oh my god.
They are. No,
Okay.
because it got announced. Because the big bomb. Mike,
Yeah,
you've seen.
Yeah, they already put it in fucking.
Yeah.
It's in Call of Duty already.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You can go there and fight. It's pretty cool. I hate that fucking map, but anyway. So that's just to give you an example of how these scientists were spread out all over the world. That these three countries still use that rocket, until 52. So these German scientists were so advanced, and a lot of people say these motherfuckers. There's actually, oh my god, I can't remember the guy's name. I didn't get to write shit down this week.
It's called an intercontinental ballistic
missile. Yeah.
Okay.
It was von Braun's buddy over there. Von Braun had a buddy he brought over with him, and they helped develop a lot of shit for fucking NASA, blah, blah, blah. But that guy actually said in an interview that they had outside help. Okay. They had help from not of this world, is what he said. So that
Who said that?
Von Braun's buddy, and I can't remember his fucking name, some other Nazi. Should have been fucking hung.
Wow, holy fuck.
But I don't know. I just listen. I remember when I was
Yeah, I like Nazis too.
when I was younger. I remember I used to love NASA. I used to write. You used to be able to write NASA all the time, and they would send you this booklet of stuff and pictures, and I was all about space.
You should have just drawn.
NASA.
You should have just drawn swastikas all over your shit.
Well, basically, that's what it was. It was the little Nazi club.
You probably would have gotten
You know?
them to be like, does you want to be an astronaut, little boy?
And what's fucked up is when they came to this country, what is 1,600 fucking Nazi scientists? Okay, they were kind of constrained in Germany by Hitler. They came to this country. They got all the fucking money in the world to do whatever.
Well, especially
the
towards the
fuck
end, Hitler
they
was
want.
all fucked up.
Yeah.
So,
And these motherfuckers came over here with budgets you wouldn't fucking believe.
yeah.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So
Yeah, Hitler was losing his shit towards the end of the war, so I imagine they didn't have much support.
yeah.
So
Luckily for von Braun, he got to get out of jail free fucking card there. He comes over here, and then he gets all the money in the fucking world to do whatever he fucking wants. And that was NASA. That was his fucking dream, and he was going to go to the moon. He talked about going to space when he was still over there killing fucking Jews. He wanted to go to fucking space. It pisses me off about him, because if it wasn't for the fact that he developed so much rocketry shit, he would have been hung.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
He would have been hung.
yeah, They only kept the important people.
And
That's
it's
it.
like, dude, you hypocrite motherfuckers. You know? But anyway. So. So after the war, you have that shit. You had the Antarctica, the weird, funky shit down in Antarctica. You had the fucking Foo Fighters. Blah, blah, fucking blah. And then what happens over here? In June of 1947. This is your first. This is like your biggie. There's some things that maybe in the future I'll talk about, you know, that happened before this date. But June 24th, 1947, there was this dude, Kenneth Arnold. Okay, he was a little pilot. He was a businessman. He was flying out in Washington State, around Mount Rainier, Washington. And motherfucker saw some UFOs.
What year?
1947.
Okay.
And now this is the first time that something was blown out of the water about UFOs.
Yeah.
Because
When was Roswell? That was 50s.
I was going to get to that. That Roswell was in 47 as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it was kind of all at once there.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
But the thing about Roswell, see,
That's weird. Only
That-
2
listen.
years. Only 2 years after. The
yeah,
war.
but Roswell's tricky. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get to that in 1 second. Okay, so you had Kenneth Arnold. He's seen these flying discs. That's how the term flying saucer came about.
Yeah.
But if you really see his descriptions, okay, they weren't really flying saucers.
Yeah.
They were more like wings, like B-2 stealth bomber. If you know what that looks like, it's a flying wing.
Kind of
Which,
like a boomerang.
yeah, it looks like a boomerang. Which, if you go back to Nazi Germany, they were experimenting with those already.
Mm-hmm.
They were already experimenting with flying wings.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but I heard a lot of UFO sightings. I don't know what year frame it came from. Some of them were describing them to be cigar shaped. So
Yeah, yeah.
don't know
We'll
what that. I don't know what that has to do with anything.
we'll get into that one too.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's just-
Yeah, and I'm just trying to set the correlation here right now between some stuff that UFOs versus man-made shit. You know, there's a lot of correlation. Okay, I love aliens. I love UFOs. I want to think everything I see is a fucking UFO.
Yeah.
But there's a lot.
There's two different kinds of UFOs.
Yeah.
UFOs of this world and
Yeah.
UFOs of fucking
Extraterrestrial kind.
Yeah. And honestly, I think at a point they actually come together. That's my opinion. They actually come together, and some of our shit is alien technology. I know people
Well,
are gonna
yeah.
laugh for that, but whatever, get over it. So yeah, you had the Kenneth Arnold. He's seen these motherfuckers. That was June 24th, 1947. Okay. Excuse me. Roswell, on the Brazel farm, which you brought up, the crash at Roswell.
Yeah.
Max Brazel's farm. That actually happened around June 14th, 1947,
Yeah.
which is before Kenneth Arnold.
Yeah.
But it didn't make headlines. It didn't go public until July. I want to say July 8th, I think, is when the news article dropped. That and it actually said in the paper, United States Air Force announces they discovered crash flying saucer, which is a mind fuck right there. That they would actually, and then they recanted it later.
Was the Roswell case with the Roswell bits and pieces from the UFO? Was that the one where the people collected the parts, and then I might be mixing up a different story. I don't remember off the top of my head, but is it the one where they took the parts and then the guy went back to his commanding officer to talk about it and literally went into a side room with his commanding officer, and when they came back, the fucking pieces were gone?
It could be.
I don't remember.
It could be, and that's one of the things that suck about all these stories, is that there's so many stories.
Yeah.
And you don't.
Well, Roswell is crazy because it's Roswell. It's one of the first.
Yeah.
There's so many tie-ins. I remember listening to a thing about Roswell, and because there's so many different things, it's like it's hard to really hone in on what's believable because, it's one of the first cases of UFO shit.
Yeah.
It's like, And then everybody started putting in their 2 cents and their own little stories and their own little bits. You don't know who's telling the truth. You don't know who's lying.
And you don't know who's just trying to sell a book.
Yeah, and it's legit. And it's
that's
just like,
what fucking sucks about everything.
yeah, and it's just like I remember listening to a whole big thing about Roswell. There's a multi-episode thing. Last podcast on the left did it, and they did a very good job. But at the end, all I was thinking to myself was, "What the fuck am I supposed to believe here?" Like, I don't even know where to begin. So
yeah, there's just so much fucking. It really sucks. All the phony shit out there.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't believe it though. I mean, we're talking. We started at World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, but believe it or not, there's things that go before World War II.
Oh, well, of course. If anybody here has ever watched fucking Ancient Aliens,
Yeah.
like, look at that. Like, things go all the way back into the ancient societies of shit.
Yeah,
That's
which I don't approve of anymore because John Podesta was on it. I like him about as much as I like Von Braun.
Wow.
So that's that. Sorry for the Podesta fans. But.
Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of like weird ancient, like scriptures about like technology that was way past its time. I forget which society it was. Some societies had stone that was cut too sharply. Like, the corners were done too good for the technology that was available for their times, which would have been suggested that they had access to either essentially power tools.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
I think there's a lot of shit, and the common person really doesn't fucking care. They just want to go to work, do their job, pay their bills, fucking buy, fucking blow, and fuck hookers. Which is okay. I mean, that's your thing. Whatever. That's fucking cool.
You average guy out there.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's what life's about. But
yeah,
there's other people there where, like me, I believe there's a huge portion of missing history that we either don't know about, we're not being told about, or I believe there's parts that.
Well, part of it's also
we
hard
don't know.
because there is a point of prehistory.
Yeah,
you know,
I seen something there the other day about when we started keeping records compared to
like 15,000 years ago or something like that.
It was some shit about it was like 97% of human history is lost.
Yeah, and
records being kept.
Yeah, about 15,000 to 25,000 years ago. That's like the age of prehistory.
Yeah,
that's when we didn't really. That's when we didn't really have any way of recording history.
That's
and then once
that's a huge chunk.
And
man.
then once society finally understood what surplus and making, like, I guess you could say, like, record keeping, language, shit like that wasn't
keeping data.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And I wasn't until then. Basically, society was fucked. It was basically the most you got was cave paintings and old tools and stuff like that. Stuff that got like tangible stuff.
Yeah.
You didn't really have anything recorded, and prehistory is really tough to deal with. And when it's why it's such a big deal when they find like I was about to say alien human bones from that era, because it's like, what the fuck? How did we just find that intact?
Yep.
And then it's like, not to mention we found it intact. We got to carbon date it. We got to do all this shit. It's like, and then it's like at the end of the day, you get all that shit, but for what? Basically, because you still have no idea what life was like back then.
Yeah.
You only have speculation.
Yep.
Which is weird. And then it wasn't until society got developed that people started actually like keeping records. And even then, like, just throughout history and various different like destructions of fucking societies, like, I know that any society that falls back in the day, people who conquered other societies really didn't give a fuck, and they would sometimes just destroy their fucking history all.
Oh yeah, just
Babylon.
What is it? The libraries of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Dude, that was supposed to be pretty epic, and fucking they torched it.
They lost almost everything.
Yeah, everything.
And I think Babylon's a big one. Yeah. I think after Babylon fell, I don't think much information was left about it after the fact.
I mean, I think we're missing huge chunks of shit. And if you look back in like ancient India history, like the what are they called? The Brahmanas? Dude, wicked shit. Wicked stuff. You're talking about they're writing about technology of like flying machines. And
Well, if
all
you look
kinds of
into some of
shit
their,
like
if you look
that.
at some of the Hindu mythology, some of it is almost described as like alien in some of the Hindu mythology.
Yep.
And the Hindu mythology has a lot of gods. There's like multiple, like hundreds of gods that you can follow. It's weird, from what I understand about Hindu.
Yeah.
But apparently, there's some gods that are described almost as
Vamana.
aliens.
Vamana is a mythical flying palaces or chariots described in Hindu texts.
Yeah. And they wrote about this shit like it was real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wrote about this shit like it was real. Matter of fact, the one guy who came out of Germany, he developed some type of fucking some type of engine for flying machine. They said it might have been related to the Glock, or the Bell as it's called. And he built that engine based off designs from India from that time period.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't even get to talk about the Bell. Oh,
Yeah.
man. The Bell was...
Fucking Bell could be its own fucking episode.
Yeah, the Bell, there's so much shit about the fucking Bell. The German Bell. And actually, some people believe... I don't know if you ever heard of Kecksburg.
Kecksburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I think that was in the fucking 70s. It was called the Kecksburg crash, where something came down, and a lot of people think it was it was the
Glock.
Yeah, they think it was a prototype of the Glock, and some people think the Glock could fucking traverse time, space, everything.
December 9th, 1965.
Oh, it was 65. It was that old. Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow. Speaking of Glocks, I want one.
Yeah, you want all kinds of guns.
Like a Glock 19X, please.
So you can defend the country when it's invaded by the Russians.
Not with a handgun. A handgun ain't gonna do shit.
I'll fucking kill 9 people.
What?
That's what they hold, right? 9 rounds?
Yeah, but it's a 9mm. You ain't gonna fucking...
So you fucking shoot him in the head.
You got to be good.
Dude, they have helmets, dude. That
shoot
defend
'em in
against
the
like
fucking
that
nuts,
shoot
dude.
that defend against intermediate arms, man. The 9mm is gonna ding off their fucking helmet.
Right, shoot him in the dick.
Yeah.
That's gonna stop him.
Okay, so we got the Von Braun and all the Nazis.
You need at least a 223, okay? All
So-
right. Anyway.
so you got all the
You take what
Nazis.
you could fucking get.
All the Nazis come over. They build our space program. They build our rocketry program. Then they start working for the military. Now they're working on fucking jets. They're working on this. They're working on that. You just had the crash at Roswell in 47, which people say was fucking alien spacecraft. Okay.
The Air Force did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a guy you can look into if you believe his stories, Philip Corso. Corso said he knew. He said he's the one who dispersed technology throughout universities, throughout other companies. They would slowly disperse this alien technology into the public and let these universities, other places try to reverse engineer it and backtrack it. But if you listen to people that actually design stuff like the lasers and this and that, they say, fuck you, that's a lie. I spent my whole life trying to come up with this theory, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know. The people who publicly come out like that, though, I'm never 100% on board with them.
No one likes a bragger.
Well, no, that's not quite what I mean, though. I mean, like, you never know. Like, it's like the same people who were ballistics experts who did shit about JFK.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, all right, yeah, well, I don't know. I'm a ballistics expert, and I'm pretty sure if you shoot someone in the back of the head, the blood will definitely come out the back as well. I know that totally defies physics in all ways, in ballistics in all ways, but yeah, that's how that works. So I never believe it. I never fucking believe it. Every fucking ballistic gel thing, every fucking watermelon I've seen getting shot. When you shoot it from the front, there's an entry wound, and then it blows out the back. But whatever. Maybe I'm fucking wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so what you have then is in the late 40s, after the war, you have the U.S. The U.S. got all kinds of fucking money. We got all kinds of money because
after World War II, we became a superpower.
Yeah, we were a fucking superpower. And the sad thing is that's really when, in my opinion, I'm not saying this is fact, but in my opinion, that is when the dark side of the government, the military.
I think it was before that, man.
Military.
I think it started. I thought it started with OSS, man.
Yeah.
That was just before World War One.
World War One.
Just before we got involved, rather.
Yeah. They kind of took over.
The OSS
everything.
is what went and became the CIA.
Yeah.
They're all the people, the scumbags who established themselves in power. OSS was people who were involved with the people who ended up buying our country.
Yeah.
Little fucking known fact. At one point, the people with a lot of money, post-depression, actually legitimately bought our country.
Oh, yeah.
So we're actually owned. We're owned by rich people.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that.
Yeah, and a lot of... Wow, we're getting... See, that's what I mean. When you start talking about this shit...
It leads into a million different
you
things.
can open up one door, because you just opened another door.
Yeah.
Now you're going back to, I believe, 1913.
Yeah.
You know, out there on the fucking whatever...
Prescott Bush kind of shit.
Dude, these motherfuckers got together. They created the Federal Reserve. Then you had when was the stock market crash? 27?
No, 29.
Or 29?
Wasn't it? Here, look, Mike's...
Well, you had the stock market crash. But if you really look into the stock... Yeah, I believe it was 29. Yeah. If you really look into that stock market crash... Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Gesundheit.
29.
It's 29.
I thought so.
You really look into that stock market crash. There's a lot of people that believe basically the richest people in this fucking country
organize that.
Got together.
It's not even fake. I think it's 100% real.
I think it's 100% real
because they had everything to gain from it. They ended up taking everybody's credit. Everybody's
what they did was they they would give these they were the ones with the money.
The banks.
They were the ones with the money. So they were giving people high-end fucking loans so they could buy stocks. Okay, what they did was, as all these people give up everything to buy these fucking stocks, they crash the market. Nobody has anything. All the richies say, "Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll try to help you out. We're gonna buy that stock back that you might have paid fucking $200 for. We're gonna give you $2 for."
Yeah. So
okay?
they got all their stock back,
and a handful. I think there's like 12 or 13 families in this country. We're able
Rothschilds were one of them, I believe.
We're able to the Rothschilds, Vanderbilts.
Yeah.
Who the fuck ever else? Fucking the Rockefellers. They were able to buy up just about everything in this country, the U.S.
for a fraction of the price.
For nothing. Why people were jumping out fucking windows and killing themselves.
Yeah.
They bought everything up and they just took over. They sealed the deal for the country right there and their families.
And they had everything to gain from it, from the stock market crash.
Oh yeah,
from buying back all this stock and all this shit and people making all this money back. They effectively owned all of the credit in the country.
Yeah.
And then it was literally a news article that some of the biggest names in the economy at the time literally bought the U.S.
Oh yeah.
They bought it. Straight up. Yeah. So don't ever...
Who did you have? You have the Carnegie family, the Vanderbilts, the Rockefellers,
Rothschilds.
The Rothschilds.
Dude,
oh my
there's
God.
A whole bunch more.
I can't even fucking think of them all right now. Because I didn't prepare for this.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's why I said you open one door. Just talking about this shit, you open one door, it leads to another.
Yeah.
And... what do they call it? They call it the rabbit hole, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were going to name the podcast originally.
Yeah, but we couldn't. All right. So, oh man, back to this shit. So, okay, so pretty much the military took over.
Yeah.
At the end of the fucking war, the early 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Everything became about militarization. Okay, now people assume that this UFO crashed in 47. We got all this fancy technology. Okay, then you got these. You have all these airplane companies, aerospace things forming. You have all these fucking companies forming, and they're all getting military contracts. Blah blah blah, and the technology is just fucking exploding.
Yeah,
I mean it's exploding.
It still is exploding to this day. You look at it.
I agree with you there. It's exploding at such a fast fucking rate. But I think we as public, what we know as technology, I believe we're probably 20 years behind
what the government has. Yeah.
what they have.
Yeah.
That's my personal
belief.
belief.
I just want to make you realize. I remember watching a video a long time ago, a couple of years ago, talking about the expansion of technology and human civilization. Think about that. Only about 100 years ago, a little more than 100 years ago, we were still riding horseback.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even have lights.
Fucking mind-boggling.
And then about 100 years later, all of a sudden, everybody's got lights, everybody's got plumbing, everybody's got TVs, everybody's got phones, everybody's got laptops, everybody's got this, that.
Yeah.
We're going to have VR, augmented reality.
Listen,
robots soon.
Here's a real good way to sum it up. If you believe our history. The Wright brothers, from the time they flew at Kitty Hawk, I believe it was, they flew that dinky little fucking asshole plane they had.
Flew for only a couple minutes or some shit.
A couple feet off the ground, blah, blah, blah. I believe it was only 68 years later that the U.S. landed a person on the moon. Only 60, I believe it was 68 years. Only 68 years.
Less than a lifetime.
Dude, that is fucking, that's amazing.
Yep.
Now, do you believe, you have to ask yourself, do you believe that's human ingenuity that was able to develop technology like that? Or do you believe that we had help in 1947?
I don't know. I can't tell you for sure because I don't know. I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. I think that people just generally got smarter. Something about modern day society, I think as society and humans have evolved, the amount of information that we're available to and the amount of education we get compared to back in the day, I think people are educated a lot more faster and a lot more advanced than they used to, so people are ended up being smarter. Like, look at kids nowadays. Yeah, millennials are fucking...
That's ridiculous.
Millennials are fucking lazy fucking jerk-offs. But you know what? They're fucking smart as hell.
Yeah.
So
because the technology, they're born into the technology.
Yes. And there's a constant influx of information. You know, I'm constantly informing myself of things every single day. Yeah. Every single day. I mean, I don't feel as smart as when I went to school, but that's because I stopped education. Yeah. But that's besides the point. If you look at, let's say, go back Middle Ages. So go back to like 500 AD to 1500 AD. For almost 1,000 years, or more than 1,000 years, we had a period of time shortly after a plague where humans for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years went nowhere.
Oh yeah,
technologically went nowhere. Yep. The only thing that advanced was like weaponry was being made with different metals, etc., which is little shit. That's little things. For hundreds of years, society never made progress.
Yeah.
Then look at now between 1900 and 2018.
Yeah.
So this is the beginning of the 1900s to 2018 now. You're looking at this massive influx of everything. Everything just exploded in about 118 years.
Do you think the 1900s compared to now, do you think in the early 1900s they fucked the same way we fuck now?
Wow, holy shit.
That's fucked up, right?
Yeah, dude. I do. Look at the Romans and the Greeks.
Was anal a thing back then?
Yeah,
yes,
it was.
Absolutely, dude. Look at the fucking Greeks and the Romans. They fucked ass all the time, dude. They were fucking ass thousands of years before.
Isn't anal called Greek style?
They were sucking fucking... maybe. I don't know.
They were sucking dick before dick was dick.
Dude, look at monkeys. Monkeys suck dick when they're in the zoos.
Dude, they fucking beat off constantly.
Sometimes fucking dudes suck other dudes' dicks in there, dude. Like, what the fuck you monkeys doing in there?
Okay, so yeah, the NASA and their technology was just out of control. The public got to see a lot of their technology, which is weird. You're
correct, by the way.
What? Style. Greek style? Is it really?
Yeah. Wow.
Fucking Greekies, man. The weird thing about militarized technology is usually what we get to see is 10 years older than it was.
Yeah.
You know, and
well, I wanted to make we were looking at the rover pictures from 1972, and I was showing you the pictures. Some of those pictures are super high def.
Dude, they're ridiculous.
That was 1972. Yeah. Those pictures look like the pictures that you would take on one of those, like a brand new studio camera.
Yep.
Like something that somebody would buy if they were a photographer.
Yeah.
That's what they look like in 1972.
And another thing, see, you just opened another door.
Yeah.
Fucking my man, my hero, the myth, the legend, the fucking conspiracy nut himself, Stanley Kubrick. Okay, when Stanley Kubrick did 2001: Space Odyssey, which I forget when that came out, mid '60s. He actually got to use the cameras he used to film that were from NASA.
Yeah.
Like,
I still can't believe how fucking good this picture looks.
yeah, they're amazing. They're
One came out in '68.
68.
Look, here's what, dude. You can see the fibers on the tire. Do you
Yeah.
see that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
fucking
funny.
nuts.
It's funny how you can see pictures like that, but then other pictures that just look like complete shit.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell.
Weird to me though is like this looks so fucking detailed,
Yeah.
and then the moon in the background looks like it's photoshopped into me.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like it doesn't look like there's detail to the moon.
Well, that might have been done on purpose. We were just talking about that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. They say that NASA the
Even
CIA.
this black and white photo looks really good.
They say the CIA made NASA dumb down a bunch of pictures that they would share with the
Fucking kidding
public
me, dude. That
because
looks
they didn't want other countries to know of
Yeah.
the technology
Dude,
that they had.
oh my god, look at how good that photo fucking looks for the time.
Yeah.
That was 1972.
Yeah.
That was okay, hold on. So let me do the math because I don't want to get it wrong again.
13. She's 13. She's 13. That's going to be an ongoing joke for like fucking ever.
That was 46 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
46 fucking
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
It was almost 5 decades ago.
Okay,
And
and-
these photos look like photos today.
And now that's kind of I don't know how this is coming out because it just seems like I'm spewing so much fucking shit.
Now
You
look
know?
at this picture that was taken on Earth. Do you see how fucking shitty this one looks? God, wow! Now we're in space. Here's your fucking super high def fucking picture from space. What a bunch of shit, dude.
I just gotta say that if you look up Greek style on Urban Dictionary, it says it is a position in bisexual threesomes where a man inserts his penis into the rear of another man, who in turn is engaging in anal sex with a woman at the same time.
That is fucking freaky.
I don't mean to sound
Holy
I don't mean to
shit.
sound crazy here, but in fact, this picture right here actually looks so
Oh my
detailed.
God.
It looks so detailed.
No
to
one
me.
can see the fucking picture. People,
just
go look
up,
at these
look
pictures.
Look up Apollo 17 moon rover,
Yeah.
1972. You'll see all these fucking pictures.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this picture. It looks so detailed. It reminds me of those pictures. You know how people make miniature sets for fucking movies?
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. That's how detailed it looks like. It looks like one of those miniature sets that they use for fucking movies.
Eventually we're gonna do an episode on how I think the fucking moon landing was fake. But anyway.
Oh, I don't think it... Well, we have differing opinions there. I think we went to the moon.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, I
but
think we went to the moon. We just didn't show everybody what
Yeah.
they saw.
I think what they showed was complete bullshit.
I think it got heavily vetted, and they were like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, we can show this,
Yeah.
this. Everything else is just... Boop. What the fuck's this, dude?
Okay.
Sorry, I was looking at something
Okay,
weird.
so, all right,
That's a
so
good fucking photo.
out of this huge military industrial fucking boom here, you had this cool little company that came out called Lockheed Martin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Lockheed Martin. Our friends at Lockheed Martin.
Yeah.
With the alien technology, dude.
Basically, Area 51, which, yes, people, Area 51 is real. It's actually called the Groom Lake Facility. That was pretty much... I mean, other companies had a hand in doing stuff at Groom Lake, with technology and shit.
Yeah.
But Lockheed Martin, Skunk Works, that kind of led the way.
Didn't we have a guy an attempted shooter who was at Lockheed Martin, who worked with Lockheed Martin?
I don't know yet.
Was it the Las Vegas guy who worked with?
Oh my God, the fucking Las Vegas
Yeah, wasn't
guy.
he involved with
God,
Lockheed
you
Martin?
just
Yeah.
Ruined that episode again. Now he's gonna go with something else.
Yeah, the Las Vegas guy was tied in. What the fuck? How was he tied into Lockheed Martin?
I thought he was one of their arms dealers or something like that.
I forget what the fuck it was.
Because they develop weapons. So.
Yeah, he had some kind of affiliation with Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, I
but
don't
go on.
Okay.
So, I didn't mean to hang you up
So-
again. But see, that's how many, dude. Stuff like this branches out into so many different fucking things.
Okay. So, Lockheed Martin, you had mentioned something before about cigar-shaped UFOs.
Yeah.
Okay. This is probably one of my favorite fucking planes of all time. Lockheed Martin developed the SR-71 Blackbird. Okay. What it was it was a long-range reconnaissance plane. It's the coolest fucking plane you're ever going to see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen
yeah.
these. It's where it's long in the front and then it has the two wings. In the
Okay,
back.
so that was a...
X-Men use it.
Yeah, X-Men use it.
So,
Hell, fucking X-Men could be real. I don't fucking know. So
Pretty cool.
that was a long-range reconnaissance plane. Okay. That was the only plane that broke Mach 3. Okay. It was recon aircraft. It was a black project. Okay. So money allocated to that, nobody gets to know about. There's no congressional oversight, so they could just dump all our hard-earned money into this fucking plane.
yeah.
Okay. That was actually first developed with 1960 technology.
Yeah.
The first flight for this motherfucker was in December of 1964. It was first put into service in 1966.
And didn't this one go up to the almost orbit?
I'm
or
going
some
to tell
shit?
you.
Like it went.
Yeah, I'm going to tell
Went
you.
into the. Is it the stratosphere? I don't remember.
This fucking thing just touched space.
Yeah.
When these guys flew this fucking thing, they had to wear spacesuits. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at one. They're
yeah.
literally. This guy's literally
The-
wearing. He's literally wearing
yeah.
a spacesuit.
The U.S. built.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the U.S. built 32 of these motherfuckers. Okay. Back then, I don't know what it is now, but back then it cost about $34 million to make one of these motherfuckers. Okay.
Yeah.
It still holds multiple world records. It's the fastest air-breathing manned aircraft. That means it's the fastest jet engine.
Yeah.
It needs air to fucking breathe, blah, blah, blah. Okay. It can fly above 80,000 feet. 80,000 fucking feet. That's almost in space. That is on the edge of space. When you look at images, these guys would take photos out the cockpit window and shit.
Yeah.
It literally looks like they are in space. I mean, that's how high this fucking thing is.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at some pictures of these guys on what looks like. Well, that's clearly a fucking fake picture.
Just to give you an example how fast this fucker was. Okay. In September 1974, this motherfucker flew from New York to London, England in an hour and 54 minutes. Wait, it gets better.
You can do that math if you wanted to.
Okay. This thing flew from Kansas City, Missouri to Washington, D.C. in 25 minutes and 59 seconds.
Wow.
It flew from St. Louis, Missouri to Cincinnati, Ohio, which is 311.4 miles. It took 8 fucking minutes and 32 seconds.
Wow.
8 minutes. 8 fucking minutes.
That's how long it takes me to get from fucking home to work.
Holy shit. It fucking takes me longer to beat off. Holy shit.
Wow.
8 fucking minutes, dude.
That's good, I think.
Yeah.
That's a good
Takes me
time.
longer to
That's
get
a
out of bed sometimes.
that's a decent time.
So this fucking plane was the shit. And a quick little side note about this plane, because it leads into something that it's in the news off and on. This fucking plane was made of 92%. 92% of this plane, the entire plane, 92% of it was fucking titanium steel.
Okay.
Titanium. Okay, and when they built this back then in the 60s, this 60s technology, the U.S., they didn't have the ore to make that titanium steel. So the funny thing about it is, you know where all that ore came from?
Where? Nazi Germany?
Russia.
Russia.
We got all that fucking ore to make the titanium from Russia. And you know how we got it? We made backdoor deals with like third world countries and shit to deal with Russia, and then we would get it from them, so the Russians didn't know.
Oh, kind of like what we did with uranium.
Oh, uranium.
Yeah,
uranium.
wow.
But the thing with uranium, they didn't even try to go through third world countries.
Yeah, they
just said, here.
Hey,
Here.
Hillary Clinton,
Here,
can you help
take
us out?
Hillary will sell it to us. That bitch stole China from the fucking White House. She'll sell us anything. So yeah. So that's Okay, so the bottom line is this is 1960s technology.
Yeah.
Okay, and it still holds world records today. The SR-71 was retired. It was actually retired twice. It was, and when the military retires something, that's because they got something better. It was actually retired. The first time it was retired was in 1989 initially.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it was Dick Shotgun Cheney who canceled. Who canceled? He made sure it got fucking canceled. But then it was brought out of retirement. Then it was retired again in 1998 by the United States Air Force. And then it was retired in 1999 by NASA. Because NASA used these motherfuckers because they came that close to space.
Yeah.
These planes were just... Dude, the technology was ridiculous. The stealth technology, the fucking speed. And it was developed in 1960.
Listen.
It is 2018.
Listen, Elon Musk. I know you're hiding the big guns, buddy. So, first things first, get your bitch ass on this podcast, Elon Musk, okay?
Fuck him, he chose Joe Rogan.
Whatever, dude. Elon Musk, come on our podcast. I want to talk to you. I want to say, hey, man, I know you're hiding the big guns. Let's be real, okay? Take a step back, okay? We know you got the big guns. We know you got the ion technology. I want to explore space like No Man's Sky. So, please put me in one of your like super things, super spaceships.
Strap him in. He doesn't even care if he lives.
Give me some food. Give me some Doritos. Give me some Doritos and apple juice, dude. And then I'll be back.
Speaking of Doritos, I got a Dorito story that relates to UFOs.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Is this about the DR3B thing? Because it looks like a Dorito.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that later, but
I thought about bringing my Doritos with me here because I was like, I want Doritos.
See, this guy I was listening to, he said when they were developing that, like the TR3B, you weren't even allowed to bring Doritos to work because of the shape of the Doritos.
What?
Yeah, it was a fucked up story. And
you also can't bring Lay's because we have a circular one there.
And I just I just fucked it all up. So you're gonna have to go research.
Hey, sir, are we allowed to bring Takis? No, we have a cigar shaped one. You can't bring those either. You're only allowed to bring Funyuns. We don't have anything shaped like a Funyun.
Here's another funny thing. Another funny thing about the SR-71 Blackbird, and then I'm gonna wrap that up and get off of it. You know how they started this motherfucker at first?
How?
Did you ever hear of a Buick Wildcat?
No.
Yeah, it was an old muscle car. It was a Buick Wildcat. There was two versions. There was the Sport, and then there was the fucking 4-door that was like 700 feet fucking long.
Oh wow.
But yeah.
I've seen these.
Yeah, so the Buick Wildcat engines. The engines were pretty beef. Back then, you were allowed to have horsepower, and you didn't need computer chips to have it. But anyway, they actually made a cart on wheels with two of these engines, these Buick Wildcat engines, that had one drive shaft coming off of them that hooked up to the turbines, and they would have to start one jet at a time, and they would use it with the fucking engines from the Wildcats.
just to start them?
Yeah, two V8 engines, Buick Wildcat engines, which is pretty fucking funny.
That is pretty cool.
Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is if you looked up the SR-71 Blackbird, the technology is amazing that built this thing.
Yeah.
Like the guys who built this fucking thing, they must have had such boners when they were done that this fucking thing worked I mean, and this is 1960. Okay. Okay, and we used this thing up until fucking 1999. Well, NASA did. We used it till 98, but that just goes to show you, like, with computers. You go into fucking Best Buy. You buy your fucking computer. You walk out the door. 2 weeks later, it's done. It's junk.
I was getting 30 frames on fucking Siege just a second ago.
Yeah.
I had to activate my VSync.
Yeah. So now you're telling me 1960s technology, that's all we got? No, I don't believe that. And this is all going to lead into Trump Space Force, okay? Because I'm telling you, the technology, you have that. There's the four big ones for what we get to see. Yeah. Then you have, I'm just going to blow through these because I'm just taking too long. You have
let me tell you what time you're at, and then you can judge. You're at an hour 25.
Jesus Christ. Then
we
you
might have to do 2 episodes. Are you thinking 2 episodes?
Yeah, we may have to do 2 episodes.
That's fine.
Yeah, because you lead into another one that Lockheed Martin is my favorite.
Yeah.
The Skunk Works division, because they rule Area 51, Grim Lake facility. They developed this plane called the F-117A stealth fighter. I don't know if you ever seen this thing. Pull a picture up.
Okay,
this thing is a badass motherfucker, and we don't use it anymore.
What's it called?
F-117A stealth fighter. This thing is
wow.
it's
hold on. F1 what?
F-117A.
Stealth fighter.
Yeah, this thing is a fucking badass bitch.
Oh yeah, these things.
Dude,
Yeah.
it looks alien.
I used one of these in Ace Combat back in the day.
I don't blame you. It's fucking amazing. It's a dog though. It only goes like fucking top speed's like 6 something. It's it wasn't built for speed. You know.
Well, it was a stealth bomber. It was supposed to stay off radar.
Yeah, and you know what? No one could see the motherfucker too.
Yeah.
No one could see it. Okay, now you're looking at the picture.
Yeah, I'm looking at a bunch of
people.
pictures.
People gotta fucking Google it and look at the picture. Okay, that actually first flew in 1981.
Okay.
That's old technology.
Yeah.
But look at it. It looks like something right out of the future.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
It looks like modern technology.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a blueprint right now. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean,
if first flew in 1981.
What do I know about jets, guys?
If first flew,
I just fucking whack off and play video games.
Yeah. It first flew in 1981. It was actually, they started development in 1975. The first test flights were in 1977.
These things look really cool, dude. I think they're cool as fuck.
The max speed for that, like I said, it was a dog. It's just the stealth. It wasn't meant for speed.
Nope.
The top speed's like 620. It can fly about 43,000 to 45,000 feet.
Yeah.
Now that puts the SR-71 in perspective. That fucking thing can go only
came out like 20 years before it.
Yeah, and that thing could go 80,000, over 80,000 feet.
Yeah. Well, I'd imagine this cheaper. This F-17A.
The F-17A is. Well, you're gonna love this one. Okay, because this gets tricky. What's called the flyaway cost. The flyaway cost is it comes off the factory line. You get in it, you fly away.
Okay.
Okay. $42.6 million.
Okay.
Okay, but to upkeep one of them over time, it's the average cost is $111.2 million. So $111 million
per year,
per craft.
Oh, just in total.
Yeah, in total. And
so what about this?
They had like
the Blackbird.
They had like 64 of them, and that was retired in 2008. They stopped using it in 2008. So
how much did the Blackbird cost?
Well, and all I have is the flyaway cost for that. I don't.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
The flyaway cost was $34 million.
So it was just a little bit cheaper, but then again, it also came out earlier.
Yeah, it came out a lot earlier.
So you'd have to put that in the.
Yeah.
Okay. So technically, it actually probably cost more.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Once you add, time, inflation, shit like that.
Yeah.
It probably costs more. Yeah, so that little puppy was made then, and that program was led by this guy Ben Rich. He directed Skunk Works from 1975 to around 1990-91. I'm going to talk about him in a couple minutes because he's a pretty interesting dude. He's dead now, but dude, he got to see all the dirty shit. He got to see all the goods. You know, he got all the technology.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have another one. It's the B-2 stealth bomber, or the B-2 Spirit, as some people call it. Bring that fucker up.
Yeah, looking it up.
This one isn't a Skunk Works. This isn't Lockheed Martin. This was a company called Northrop Grumman.
Yeah, I know this. Yeah.
Yeah. That fucker there. You want to know what the fucking unit cost for that is?
Yeah.
$737 million for one. $737 million for one. Upkeep. Well, that's flyaway cost. Upkeep. Yeah, $929 million.
Okay, so
yeah, that's why we only have.
But that was modern day money, right?
Yeah,
Is this is still in use, right?
That it's still in use, but now we're talking about technology versus the years.
Yeah.
Okay, so that first flight of that bitch there was 1989.
Yeah.
And they first started testing it. They started making it in the early 80s. They first started testing it in 97.
Yeah.
And that thing's a pretty badass bitch too.
This thing looks really cool.
It's called a heavy penetration strategic bomber.
Okay.
And that's a flying wing.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at what we say, Kenneth Arnold, 1947, what he said he's seen over Mount Rainier in Washington State.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he saw.
Yeah. Well, because this thing is practically a flat disc, other than the
cockpit.
cockpit.
Oh yeah.
Other than the cockpit.
When you watch, I've watched videos, and when you see this thing flying in the air, off in a distance, and say it goes a certain angle or something.
Yeah. It
literally looks like a fucking UFO.
Yeah.
Okay. And these planes were made to not hear, not see. So it makes you wonder.
These things were huge too. They're way bigger than the other jets.
Ridiculous. That F-117A, that's tiny as fuck.
Yeah. In comparison.
It's like a mini thing.
Yeah.
So you have that fucking thing there.
Yeah.
And we're still using that.
Yeah.
That's like the forefront of our fucking bomber capability there.
Yeah.
We only got 21 of the motherfuckers. Okay.
Yeah.
And that thing was developed in the 80s.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like our leading technology.
Yeah.
How the fuck can it be our leading technology?
I heard, isn't some of the space technology we use nowadays pretty archaic? At least it looks archaic. It doesn't look like 70s tech.
Yeah, some of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
The way it looks.
Wasn't one of those fucking satellites they fucking sent out there to keep going and going there recently? Didn't they fucking like stick a bunch of PlayStations in it to fucking make it?
I don't know.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
I do know that. Hey, speaking of that, I do know during the first Gulf War, right after the war, they leveled a bunch of sanctions on Saddam Hussein, and then they just kept fucking loading them up throughout the fucking years. When the Sony PlayStation came out, you couldn't get one of those in Iraq because the Iraqis were using components in that for guided missile technology.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, so you couldn't. That was on the banned list. Yeah, the Sony couldn't sell fucking PlayStations to fucking Iraq because they were fucking. Basically, what they were doing was re-engineering the fucking technology for military use, kind of like if we found a fucking crashed saucer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the technology there is ridiculous. I wanted to talk about the F-22 Raptor too, but like I said, I had a fucked up week. We did a bunch of car work today, and I can tell you a couple things about the F-22 Raptor as far as the technology. If you look into it, the technology on that plane.
So say it again.
F-22 Raptor. The technology on that plane is fucking ridiculous. It's basically like a video game. I mean, it's like
Hey,
fucking
I flew
Star Wars.
one of these in Ace Combat as well.
Yeah, why don't you Google how much the helmet cost for that fucking plane? Okay, because that helmet pretty much lets you see through the sides, the floor, behind you, everywhere.
They have make believe ones like costume ones for $189.
Yeah, no, that's not the same. But yeah, the technology and it's vertical.
$400,000 helmet.
$400,000 for the helmet because the helmet lets you see through the fuselage.
And I'm guessing the takeoff cost is $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This fucking plane.
Yeah, in fucking 2006, there was a probe that they sent towards Pluto, and its processor inside is from the PlayStation.
Unreal. Unfucking real. Yeah. Dude, they got all the fucking money. NASA has all the fucking money they could fucking possibly want. And they couldn't come up with something different than a fucking PlayStation? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm telling you, I'm to the point where I don't fucking, the whole NASA thing is like,
That motherfucker looks right out of fucking Halo.
I think the NASA thing is a fucking
that actually
sham.
literally does look like a Halo
Dude,
helmet.
that fucking Raptor is ridiculous. It's got vertical takeoff. There's actually a couple different models. I think there's like 3 or 4 different models, but it's got vertical takeoff.
Yeah.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous, man.
Oh, that's the one that hovers, doesn't it?
It can hover.
Yeah.
It can hover.
It hovers up.
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
can fly away.
I'm pretty sure they had one of these in Ace Combat.
Yeah. Well, there was the old school Harriers too.
Yeah.
The Harrier jets. There was another one besides a Harrier too.
No, but
I
I'm
can't
pretty sure I
remember.
used one of these in Ace Combat before.
Yeah.
On the PSP.
Yeah, they're supposed to be the fighter of the future, and I listened to some shit on it.
Didn't they say it sucks? Didn't they say it sucks?
Well, see, you get 2 stories. That's where that jet there gets political, okay? Because to make that jet,
Yeah.
you actually need 46 different congressional districts in this country to make that jet. That means 46 senators lobbied to build that jet because it created jobs in their district.
Out of 50.
Yeah. So that
Wait, no, I think there's 100 senators in there. Because there's 2 senators per state.
It's just different for everyone, isn't it?
No.
I don't fucking know. But so that jet kind of got bogged down in fucking the political shit. Everyone wants their fucking piece of the fucking.
There's 100 senators, 2 from each state. Yeah. So
Okay.
basically, half of the senators had to agree on that.
Yeah.
No.
So-
the one that changes is the House of Representatives, and that has to do with
Okay.
population,
Okay.
and
Dude.
Senate is always 2.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the weird thing with that fucking thing, and I think it's like a joint thing with fucking.
Like, I'm not
NATO.
gonna lie, dude. Looking at
NATO.
jets is fucking awesome. These things,
Dude,
are cool.
some of the
I'm
jets
looking at
they're
these
fucking
Harriers,
ridiculous.
and the Harriers are so cool looking, dude.
They're ridiculous.
I used to play Ace Combat, and I used to fucking drool over that fucking game, dude. That game is so cool. Because you get to fly like Russian jets, Chinese jets, just whatever the fuck you want to
see,
fly.
my problem is when I look at these fucking jets, I think, wait a minute. I look at the SR-71 Blackbird.
Yeah.
Okay. They started fucking coming up with that idea in the fucking 50s. Okay.
Look at that. That's
So
fucking cool.
why don't we
Oh,
have
it's in a
more
game.
like that? I just don't believe our what we see is not the technology
That
we
is
have.
so fucking cool. Dude.
Matter of fact, since I've really blew through those, whatever. I want to read a fucking. I want to read a quote here. Remember before I said Ben Rich?
Yeah.
Ben Rich, he was the head of Skunk Works, Lockheed Martin. A couple years before he died, one of his last interviews.
Yeah.
No shit. This is what the fuck the guy said. This is a quote from Ben Rich. We already have the means to travel among the stars, but these technologies are locked up in black projects, and it would take an act of God to ever get them out to benefit humanity. Anything you can imagine, we already know it, we already did it.
Yeah. When I hear stuff like that, I wonder how true it is, though. You know, I don't know if it is.
Well,
or not.
well, no, it was in an actual fucking an interview we did.
Well, I know, but you never know. You know, you never know if he's just trying to get attention. The thing is that almost anything that I hear from somebody, I take with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Gotta be a skeptic, a healthy skeptic all the time.
Yeah.
You know, you never know if he was just saying that, if he was going to get publicity by saying something like that.
Yeah.
And then people are going to be like, wow, if this guy writes a book, we're going to buy it and find out all the shit. And it's just a memoir about him getting cucked by his wife or something like that. You know?
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
Desquandius the third.
I see what you're saying. But with Ben Rich and me, I take that comment a little more different because Ben Rich wasn't one of those guys. He was straight up. He was straight up military.
Yeah.
He was, he wasn't like Kumi out there trying to sell a book. No. He didn't write books. He didn't do that shit.
Okay.
I mean, he retired.
Well, if he never wrote any books,
no.
if he didn't make any money off of that statement, basically,
no,
then that's more reason to believe him.
He never
did
that shit.
When I find out people start writing books and shit like that, it makes me think that anything you said was just to gather attention.
Yeah.
Because people are gonna want to hear what you have to say now.
Speaking of that, I forgot. I wanted to play an audio clip here. This is from 1952.
Yeah.
This is President Harry Truman. Okay, this is from 1952.
Yeah.
As soon as it kicks in here. President...
Oh, yes, we discussed it at every conference that we had with the military. There's always things like that going on. Flying saucers, and they've had other things, you know, if I'm not mistaken.
So, Harry Truman actually said that they discussed flying saucers and shit.
Yeah. Well, didn't Ronald Reagan... even said shit about Star Wars, right? Didn't he say shit about there was Operation Star Wars, was it?
No, that's something else I was going to get into.
Well, that's besides the point.
Dude,
here's a cigar-shaped airplane, by the way. Literally shaped like a cigar. Russian aircraft. That's besides the point.
That's actually next on my list.
Well, what's funny about
That's
that? What's funny about that is Ronald Reagan even said shit, didn't he? He said,
"Oh yeah, he was a big."
He said stuff that would make you be suspicious of there being an alien, potential dangerous alien force that we would have to watch out for.
Who's the one that supposedly met with aliens?
That was true.
No, that was Eisenhower.
Oh yeah.
That was Eisenhower.
Who the fuck is Eisenhower?
Who's
Eisenhower anyway?
Do
you think OJ did it?
Oh my god, that fucking guy is a doof. But anyway, I don't give a shit. That guy's a fucking moron.
No, OJ didn't do it, bro.
That guy's a moron.
Dude, all I know is
dude, if you don't know who Eisenhower was, don't fucking talk to me.
All I know is that fucking I drove one of these in Ace Combat. It was really cool. I'm looking at Russian jets now, and they're really cool.
You played a lot of fucking Ace Combat back.
Well, dude, I did. I used to play a lot of fucking Ace Combat. But anyway, the fuck what I was about to just say?
I don't know, man.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Guy.
The guy that we worked with who didn't know who Eisenhower was.
Yeah. Fucking doof.
What's funny about him is that I probably shouldn't have said anything. I said, yeah, man, I'm into conspiracy theories. I personally think that OJ didn't do it himself.
Yeah.
I thought, my conspiracy theory on OJ, a quick little, I'm going to keep it brief here. Basically, I think he wanted his wife and her boyfriend, side boy there, killed. And I think he hired somebody to do it for him. And that's why the glove didn't fit. I think it's just because it was somebody else's fucking glove. That's me. That's just me, and because he's a big guy with big hands, and it's like I think it was just because they hired somebody to do it, and he did. Okay. So that's just all I think, and that's what I told that guy, and then all of a sudden it's like the hamster wheel started going, dude.
He came up to me, he's like, "Yo, what do you think? You think OJ did it?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I think he fucking did it. He killed that bitch."
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I think somebody else did it. I was like, yeah, I just fucking opened up Pandora's box for this fucking guy. God damn.
He's like, who the fuck Eisenhower? And I'm like, I don't ever want to fucking talk to you again, man. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done. Never talking to you again.
Wonder where he is now.
It's hard to tell. So yeah, you brought up Reagan there. Reagan.
I couldn't remember what his name was.
I just remember his first name, dude.
You brought up Reagan. Reagan was a good one. He was. He said he actually said he had his own personal UFO experience, which is pretty cool.
Dude, he went into the Navy. This is him. He went into the Navy.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Fucking good for him, man.
he went into the Navy.
I bet you he knows who fucking Eisenhower is now.
Yeah,
Wow, good for him.
that's him. I remember his face.
Yeah,
Remember his fucking face.
Wow.
He had ramen noodle hair before that. So
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, so
Wow, good for him, man.
Yeah.
I'll say, congrats to Todd. That's a good move for
Yeah.
him.
good job, Todd. Man.
That was good. Wow, learn something new every day.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you mentioned Reagan there. He's all about fucking. Well, what Reagan wanted to do, like you said, Star Wars. He wanted to start the. It was actually called the Strategic Defense Initiative. What that was the name for it. Basically, the media dubbed it Star Wars.
Was that because Star Wars came out in the 70s or whatever? When did the Star Wars come out?
Yeah, 77 is the first one.
Yeah, and Reagan was in the 80s, early 80s. Yeah.
Yeah, Reagan came in 80, 81, 80.
Yeah. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
why they called it Star
1980.
Wars. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and basically what it was, the Russians flipped. Basically what it was supposedly was they wanted to build a missile defense program where they could put space-based satellites and missiles
Yeah.
that could detect ICBM launches.
Didn't we go ahead and do that too? Don't we have satellite defense systems? now?
See, now that's a touchy thing. Whether you want to believe they actually went through with it or not.
I thought they did. I thought we do have that technology.
I don't know if we actually. I know we got tons of satellites up there that fucking monitor everything.
Yeah.
But the point of Star Wars was to actually have space-based weapons. And as far as the public knows, we don't have any space-based weapons. Because I think that's against some fucking treaty, to be honest with you. I think
not
there's
sure.
some fucking treaty.
I thought we had defense systems, strictly defense. You know what I mean?
I know we got the satellites to fucking monitor everything.
Yeah.
But we don't have any fucking. Yeah, we don't have any. Well, that we know of.
Yeah.
We don't have any weapons up there.
Yeah, I heard that Reagan wanted to make this weird thing. It was like a giant round ball out in space, and it could like shoot this weird fucking like laser, and then it like destroyed planets or something like that.
Yeah, the Death Star.
Yeah.
Had this stupid trench down the middle of it.
Yeah, and it had this big gaping hole in it that you could use to destroy it. It's kind of like anal.
But
So anyway, so Star
some
Wars.
people-
Star
yeah.
Wars is definitely the whole Death Star thing. Here's my conspiracy theory for the night. Yeah, Death Star, Star Wars, Death Star, anal, and Luke Skywalker flying through the little big trench thing, and then he has to shoot the laser bombs in the fucking hole. And I think that it's an allegory for George Lucas's mom's butthole.
Holy
Right.
fuck.
I can totally see how you got there.
Freudian.
Wow. I don't even know where to go. I don't even know where to fucking go with that, dude.
I don't know. There's a fucking shootout outside here.
No, it's probably those guys having fun down by the range. You said they got.
Dude, it's pitch dark out.
It's fucking almost 11 o'clock.
Who the fuck's having a shootout in the middle of fucking Brownsville? No, that's one person shooting at something like a target.
That's a big fucking clip. That was 30 rounds.
Yeah, it's probably 223.
Yeah.
It's probably an AR-15 or something.
Go that way.
Where's the guy's range? Down that way?
It's right that way.
And you heard it that way?
Sounds over there.
Maybe somebody's shooting in their fucking backyard. Who knows?
So that was in 1984 they wanted to start the Star Wars program.
Yeah.
Some people say that because supposedly Reagan kicked it to the curb. He signed a deal with the Ruskies, and they didn't have to fucking build it. But some people say that the program just kept going.
Yeah.
And that is when the secret space program really, really ramped into fucking overdrive. I heard on a couple different videos that from Reagan's memoirs or personal diaries or whatever the fuck, supposedly he said that he talked with someone from NASA that day or something, and he was really surprised at the capabilities of the spaceships could put up 300 people in space at a time, versus the regular space shuttle with only fucking 7 or 8 or whatever. Yeah, and as far as we know, that ain't fucking true. But if you're like me, I believe we've had a secret space program. I think we had one ever since the fucking formation of NASA, to be honest with you.
Well, yeah, basically. I was about to say that. I was about to say shortly after we took in the scientists from Nazi Germany, which would be NASA.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if you really... Dude, there's so much... This could be like a fucking month-long episode. If you really look into some of the rocketry guys from this country...
Yeah.
From the beginning, dude, they were like occultists too. They were into the fucking occult shit too, and it's.
Please describe this to me. I didn't know about this.
Can you look it up? Can you search? I don't even know what you'd search. U.S. rocketry program occultist. See if something comes up. They were kind of like the Vril Society, where they believed some fucked up shit, dude.
Huh.
They really did.
Dude, what's with people in power and believing fucked up shit?
I don't
look at Bohemian fucking Grove and shit, man. That's such a shit show too.
That's another thing too, where
like why are people in power involved in such like a cult? Why? What's the benefit? Like, you can be a scumbag without being in a cult. I'm just saying.
You got to look at it this way, too. There's people that believe a lot of those people are part of the breakaway civilization. There's people that believe there's a breakaway civilization where they have the right to use all this technology we can't have. We can't. I mean, just think about it. Just put it in perspective. A fucking automobile. Like me and Jake the one day when we were getting fucking gas. I was getting gas. And I'm like, dude, do you realize how dependent this country is on this combustible engine we're sitting in right now?
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, think about it, man. They made the car. Well, then they had to make gas stations. Well, then they had to fucking make companies to make the parts for the fucking gas pumps. And then they had to make companies to make parts for the fucking car. Think about it. Dude, listen, if technology was dropped on us tomorrow where we didn't need the combustible engine anymore,
economy would take a hit.
What would happen? You wouldn't need a fucking gas station anymore.
Economy would take a hit.
Yeah, you wouldn't need the guy who has to make the fucking parts to make the gas fucking pumps. Yeah. You wouldn't need the truck driver to take the fucking gas. Oh, then you wouldn't need the people to make the fucking trucks to get the gas to the fucking gas station.
Yeah.
Dude, you wouldn't need the people to make fucking tires. You wouldn't need people to make a fucking wiper blade.
Yeah.
It's... Yeah, Jack Parsons. Yeah, that's him, man. Jack Parsons. Yeah. A Thelemite occultist.
What the fuck is a Thelemite?
Associated with the California Institute of Technology, Parsons was one of the principal founders of both the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, JPL, that's a big one, and Aerojet Engineering Corporation. He invented the first rocket engine to use as a castable composite rocket propellant and pioneered the advancement of both liquid fuel and solid fuel rockets. And this guy was fucked up. Does it say how fucked up he is? Parsons coming from a wealthy family, blah, 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 fucking Pasadena, junior college.
I've seen
1939.
I've seen something in the Google searches about
science.
him supposedly associating with L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's a bad fucking sign.
He had a brief involvement in Marxism. He converted. He converted to Thelema. I don't know. Oh, and the English occultist Aleister Crowley.
Wow.
New religious movement. Oh my god. Oh my god. This guy is fucked up, and he was a hero. Holy shit. The parts separated from I'm sorry, people. I'm trying to get a rundown on this motherfucker right here, because personal life, legacy, philosophy, personal life. Let's see, personal life.
Okay.
His FBI file described him as a potentially bisexual, and he once expressed experience a latent homosexuality.
Thelema is a social or spiritual philosophy derived from Western esotericism. While it is most often regarded as a religion, a new religious movement in particular, it is also referred to as a philosophy, a religious philosophy. The fundamental principle underlying Thelema, known as the law of Thelema, is do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will. This phrase can be and usually is interpreted universally as having moral, mystical, and socio-political implications. And it was developed by Aleister Crowley. Okay.
Dude, listen to this. This is pretty funny. He was also known for his personal eccentricity, such as greeting house guests with a large pet snake around his neck, driving to work in a rundown Pontiac, and using a mannequin dressed in a tuxedo with a bucket labeled "The Resident" as his mailbox. This guy's a fucking... Oh my god. And these are the people that built this fucking country, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, this Wikipedia page doesn't even tell us really what they believe.
Parsons treated magic and rocketry as different sides of the same coin. Huh. Wow. Yeah.
What is it the same coin as?
Magic and rocketry.
Okay.
Wow. Oh, man. Wow.
That's
yeah,
weird.
so everyone look up this fucking guy, because he's a bonerhead.
Wow.
He probably fucked babies on the weekends, killed them during the week.
Yeah, Well, anyway, that just brings me back to my point. So why if you're rich and powerful, do you believe in weird shit? That's weird.
If I was rich and powerful, I probably had dead whores everywhere.
I don't know. If I was rich and powerful from like my position now, if tomorrow I was rich and powerful, I don't think I'd want to be a Thelemite. I'm just saying. Like, I think I'd want to just live my life as I've always lived it, kind of. I mean, like, and if I wanted to be involved in other things, and, like, let's say, like, Nexium fucking knocked on my door, and they were like, hey,
Nexium, dude.
Hey, we heard that you want to, like, get into some jet engine movie, Hollywood, political shit.
Bend over. We're
you want to join our cult? I'd be like, no.
Dude, oh man, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. I want to play another fucking before we go any further, because we were talking about the moon. We talked about the moon. Well, we really didn't talk about.
Yeah, well, the moon's hollow.
Yeah,
it's flat.
Yeah, it's the Death Star. And NASA.
Okay.
And how I believe that dude, the technology shit, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Here, I just want to play this fucking...
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
Oh man.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, that's one.
What the fuck does
Every
that
time you
mean?
play me that clip, I'm always like, "What the fuck?"
That
so
was
the
done.
so the technology that you guys use to
Yeah.
get to the moon, the most important technology that you guys ever, at least to the public, have ever owned in your life. You just don't have copies
The
of it.
International Space Station to be part of expeditions
Fuck
30
is
31.
that? Anyway, that was
Anyway.
Don Pettit from fucking NASA. That he's an astronaut. That's the guy who said we don't have the technology.
Yeah.
Because we got rid of that. We don't have that.
Anyway, so
Dude, I got a demo car in
What-
my yard from fucking a year ago, okay? Technology sticks around. Okay? I'm probably going to get parts off of it this year for fucking this year's car if I fucking do it, okay?
So anyway, point is that what do you mean? So technically the most important fucking technology that you've ever had in your life, you don't even
Yeah.
document it for history's sake.
Yeah. The biggest moment. Oh, that was the other audio clip I couldn't find. Remember the guy from NASA? They asked him about the fucking the original fucking film from the moon landing. And,
Yeah.
and he was all like, well, we needed film, and
So we kinda like taped over it.
Yeah, we had to use old film. We really didn't know what was on it, and so we used that. And here, oh, dummy us, we recorded over very important moon footage. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Okay, so like put that into perspective. There's two equally concerning things.
That's fucked up.
There's two equally concerning possibilities from that statement. That if you were trying to confuse the public, that's a bad way to do it. Okay, so there's two fucking possibilities here. Two very concerning possibilities. The people who own the most advanced technology in the world are either very fucking stupid and disorganized to the point of fucking ignorance, or they're just straight up lying to you.
Dude.
One of those two things,
Dude,
without
listen to
a doubt, one of those two
Listen
fucking
to this.
things.
I still have my last fucking 3 cell phones, okay? And you know why I got them? Because I have very important pictures on there of my kids and other stuff that mean a lot to me because they were fucking important
And those are
moments in
just
my
your
fucking
fucking
life.
kids. Those are just your fucking kids.
Those-
You didn't go to the fucking moon.
Yeah, and those are old cell phones, and I'm gonna keep those forever. And I'm probably gonna give them to my fucking kids, even if they don't have the fucking technology to fucking plug it in anymore. And fucking, they're gonna have it.
Yeah.
And if they want the pictures, they'll figure out how to get the fucking pictures.
Dude,
off. So
it's wild
fuck
to
you,
me.
NASA.
They
We don't
Listen.
have the technology anymore, and we need extra film.
okay. Listen,
fucking the budget's
if they
ridiculous.
needed extra film, okay, whatever, fine. But you're trying to tell me that the most important footage you guys ever took ever, you guys just didn't label
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
very important
Yeah.
moon landing. shit.
Really?
Don't fuck with this.
Yeah, you couldn't go to Congress and say, "Listen, we need some more film. Could you give us some more money this year?" Come the fuck
even
on.
even if let's say they needed it right away. Okay, fine. But why didn't you? I'm going to imagine you guys had film of other things.
Yeah.
You didn't have like a marker down on a thing. Asterisk. Very important video of moon landing stuff.
These fucking.
Do not. Don't fuck with this.
What did we say before? NASA, not a straight answer.
And then that's
Unfucking real.
that's not counting like the we can't go back to the moon. We don't got that technology. The fuck you mean, dude? You had the technology
Yeah.
in 1969.
You had enough tinfoil back then.
So like, what the fuck do you mean? Our technology's at an all-time high. Our technology's more advanced than it ever was for the public than it was back then.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you don't have the fucking technology?
There's more fucking technology. Supposedly there's more technology in my phone right here
Yeah.
than there was on the fucking space, the fucking moon lander. Okay, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? You can't take a couple of my fucking phones and make a new fucking moon lander? Are you kidding? You use fucking PlayStations to go to fucking Pluto, for Christ's sakes. What the fuck, man?
Dude, it's like NASA. They're really bad at trying to make the public not notice. It's pretty stupid. Like if they're
It's
trying to
crazy.
if they're trying to hide something or make excuses, like you want to know why I don't think we go back to the moon personally. I think it's because we found out everything we probably wanted. Or at least they did. They found out everything they wanted to know. So we don't know everything, but they did,
They either found out,
Okay.
you know,
and they have no reason to go
either
back.
found out the aliens are there, or they found out it's just a big fucking rock.
Well, either
or
way.
if you have a mind like me, and you believe that we're there, and we fucking been there, and we've been there.
Well,
forever,
that's a possibility as
because
well.
because they actually have the technology to take off on the fucking ground and go right up through the fucking atmosphere and go right up into fucking space and fly right to the fucking moon. The SR-71 was right there. Mach fucking 3. Over Mach 3. You're telling me they didn't design something, because this is 1960. Since then, they haven't designed something that just pushed it a little more and took it right out? Come the fuck on, dude.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
The technology of that plane was...
there's a whole bunch of explanations.
When that fucking plane took off, okay, they'd have to refuel that plane on the ground, okay? And before it took off, fuel was fucking dumping out of it. You know why? Because there was fucking cracks all over the place.
Yeah.
Okay, and it didn't seal up until it hit a certain fucking altitude. The plane actually, the metal stretched and closed up all the fucking holes. I mean, if they did that in 1960, you mean to tell me they can't fucking... I'm sorry. I think all this rocket shit is fucking bullshit. We should be so far beyond fucking, rocket propelled fucking shit. Sorry, Elon Musk. If you were on our fucking program, I'd ask you about it, but you're going to be on Joe Rogan's program, and he's going to dick around it. But I'm sorry, Elon, you're wasting your fucking time, or you're doing something else that...
Well, technically, you know that he's looking into ion technology, right?
Well,
ion propulsion. I don't know, something like along that line.
Listen, he can look into it all.
He's
all
trying.
He wants.
He's
think
claiming
it's
that
there.
he can make it to Mars in 3 weeks or less.
I think it's there. I think the technology's already there.
Okay.
Well, that's...
Here's what I'm gonna. I'm on the same level as you. Personally, I believe that we have the technology to be there, and I think that it's possible that we might be there. Who knows? But if let's say you're a little bit more skeptical, I'm going to present you a skeptic's opinion then.
Okay.
For you, for any of you who are listening who are like kind of on board, but you're like, I don't know, I don't think we're on the moon. Here's the possibility of NASA not wanting to go back, and I think it's because we found out everything we needed to know. Not us, them. They found out everything they needed to know. Some information that might not be divulged to us, if there even is any more information. Yeah. We went there. We were like, wow. We went there a couple times up until 72, and then we were like, okay. Whatever. We were here a couple times. We fucking drove a rover. Let's just go back. Whatever. We did everything we could do here. Yeah. And then they came back. And then the excuse for us not wanting to go back is, oh, yeah, the radiation Van Allen belt. You can't go back to the moon. Yeah, I don't just ignore the fact that that the original moon landing people were there for almost 10 days. Well, in space, past Van Allen belt for almost 10 days, exposed to quote unquote high levels of radiation for more than 10 days, and they're fine. And if they're dying of old age and not because of radiation poisoning or cancer. Yeah. Explain that. Yeah. We sent multiple teams, and I don't think there's been any like outstanding like cases of cancer or anything like. Which one died? Buzz Aldrin or Armstrong? Which one died?
Armstrong's dead.
Yeah, he died, and he didn't die of cancer.
Yeah,
I don't think he had any cancer to worry about. Yeah,
I don't think so.
Well, he was exposed to like 10 days worth of fucking radiation.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Straight up.
He should have at least had ball cancer.
Yeah.
Something. I just, dude, the space shuttle. When did they retire the space shuttle? Early 2000s? Dude, why? I don't see. These are the things I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm looking shit up right now.
I don't understand.
It was Apollo 11 that originally went, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. It's...
There's so much that doesn't...
The mission duration, I'm sorry, it wasn't 9 days. It was 8 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds. So 8 days, 3 hours, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds of straight radiation exposure. Yeah. That were supposedly so dangerous we can't go back.
Yeah.
The last...
what the fuck?
The last space shuttle was Atlantis, and it was retired in 2011.
Oh, 2011. Oh, I was way to fuck
Well,
off.
there's three, because...
Yeah, a couple boomers. Columbia boomed.
hold on.
That fucker got shredded like a meteor.
What are you talking about?
Space Shuttle Columbia.
What was that?
What the fuck?
I wasn't listening.
The Space Shuttle Columbia, the one that got shredded when it came back in on reentry.
That was the one that blew up on the way in.
Yeah.
Is that where a bunch of the people died? Or no?
Yeah, there's like...
Challenger is the one that blew up on the way out.
Yeah.
Columbia blew up on the way in.
In both cases, people died, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a whole nother fucking
Yeah.
episode.
They were never there.
But yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand the whole space program. I mean, the amount of money that gets dumped into it, and it's like...
How to become an astronaut.
Yeah. So...
Gonna go ahead and sign up while you're talking about shit. I'm gonna start my free astronaut challenge.
Is that for Trump's
Hey,
fucking...
look at my single class for $90 or $180 a year for access to all of our classes.
Yeah.
Whatever. Can I become a fucking astronaut?
You
if I do
probably
this?
have to join a fucking cult. Weren't most of the astronauts Freemasons?
Does that mean that Chris Hadfield's gonna come to me and be like, "Yeah, so I know we do a lot of cool videos, like what it looks like to brush my teeth in space, but can you fuck a baby?"
Wow. Wow.
Seriously, don't you have to already be like some kind of military person to begin with? I think to become an astronaut.
You used to.
I think. I think
used
it's a
to.
mix,
That-
isn't
that-
it? Don't they sometimes
yeah.
bring in Air Force people?
Yeah, well, they have
I
to.
just mean
They
military.
have to use the air. Well, in the shuttle days, they had to use the Air Force people because you needed flight commanders. You needed people to fly the
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Shit like that. In the early days, 50s, 60s, 70s,
I thought it was a mix. I was pretty sure it was a mix. It was
back
sometimes,
then-
sometimes they brought in Air Force people.
back then it was straight up military. I think that started to change with Apollo when they started going to the moon. They started bringing in fucking... Hey, I just seen an article the other day that some fucking country that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin gave moon rocks to, they tested the rocks and they're fake.
Fake, yeah.
What?
They're fake. Yeah.
Wow.
And apparently
That's kind of fucked up.
apparently that's not the first country that did that. The moon rocks aren't even fucking real.
What the fuck? How did they know?
Yeah. They did. They can tell they did some kind of test on them, and it came back like fucking petrified wood or something. Or
What?
I don't fucking remember what the fuck it was. Yeah, and it's not the first. It's not the first fucking time
Okay.
that happened. So,
Whatever.
but anyway,
All I know is that if I was an astronaut and somebody asked me to swear on the Bible that I went to the fucking moon, I'd punch him in the face.
okay, Buzz. Dude, we're all over the fucking place. This episode's so fucking confusing. You know what it is? I gotta get better at fucking timelines and
Yeah.
fucking organizing shit.
Well, what I do, when I memorize information, I memorize it. So I don't know how you work. But
I'm so fucking scatterbrained.
Like every time I do you'll notice now I've come to the realization that I should just do how I used to study in school.
Yeah.
And it's like get passionate about it, remember the info, and then I can recite the info on command basically.
Okay.
But this is a lot of fucking info though.
Dude, there's so much. There's so
I
much
don't know if you'd be-
because I
By
didn't.
the way, we're 2 hours and 13 minutes in.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you're doing a second episode.
I
aren't
didn't
you?
even get into Gary McKinnon yet.
Okay.
Let
How
me-
much more do you got?
dude.
Percentage wise, how far do you think you're into this?
Well, I can do the Gary McKinnon and then finish up with Trump space,
Okay, we'll talk about Trump space.
and then we'll have to do another episode. we'll have to do a follow up episode later on Trump space program.
Yeah,
Okay, or else we're just gonna be clickbaiting these people again.
yeah.
And I don't want to clickbait.
Well, I want to
anyone.
talk about Trump space at the end of this.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. All right, so I want to talk about Gary McKinnon. Did you ever hear of Gary McKinnon?
No.
Okay. Gary McKinnon is because there's so much to talk about with all the missing money and shit. You remember the missing money before 9/11? Remember right before 9/11?
And then all the records got destroyed. In the
Yeah. Dude, that's not the first time that happened.
What's the guy's name?
There's missing money all the time.
Gary McKinnon.
Gary McKinnon. Gary McKinnon is a Scottish dude. Which I'd really love to have a Scottish guy on the show because their voices is just fucking
bastard.
funny. It's funny, and I want to hear him say cunt like 20 times.
That's Australians. Bro.
Oh, is that Australian?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I can't.
Okay, so Gary McKinnon is a Scottish fucker. He was
They call him Solo.
yeah, Solo.
No, that's what he called himself.
Yeah, that's what he called himself because he was a hacker.
Epic hacker.
Yeah, he was a hacker. He was some kind of systems administrator, some shit, whatever. He was a hacker. But in 2002, he did this really cool thing where he was credited with the biggest.
You're the guy that leaked all the NASA stuff.
Yeah. Is the biggest military hack of all time.
Yeah.
It started out, he was looking for. He's one of these people that believe in free energy, shit like that, and that there's all these other options out there for energy.
Yeah.
So he started hacking the U.S. military and NASA because he wanted to find evidence of free energy and that there was evidence of a tech cover up. And he wanted to find some shit out about UFOs.
And he did, didn't he?
Because he's about UFOs.
Well, he found out about all three of those, didn't he?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, I don't know how much he found out about the free energy stuff, but I mean, like a side topic, real quick. They did what's his face? Tesla. Didn't the information?
Yeah, Tesla.
The government kind of netted in a bunch of his fucking info.
And then that leads into Trump, direct relation to Trump.
Yeah, because Trump's uncle. Was it his
Yeah,
uncle?
it was his
uncle.
uncle
Was a professor and then reviewed the stuff.
Yeah, he got
AKA he got to read all the classified.
He got to read all of Tesla's shit.
Yeah.
Trump's uncle.
Yep.
Trump's uncle.
His literally his uncle.
He got to. Dude, he got to. Oh my God, that's a whole nother fucking story, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gary McKinnon, he hacked 97 U.S. military and NASA computers over a 13-month period. From 2001, February 2001 to March 2002. Then he got popped. He was accused of copying data, account files, and stealing a bunch of passwords. All that shit was found on his own computers. And then they seized all his fucking computers and computers he was working on for customers. So they basically took all the evidence he had. But now he said that he seen in NASA, when he was in a couple NASA computers, he seen listings for the space fleet.
Space fleet?
Yes. He said the
like
ships.
The space army.
Yes.
Space force.
Like this, and back then he called it the 6th Division.
Military division.
Yeah, he called it the U.S.'s 6th Military Division. That was back in 2000 and whatever. And now Trump is forming the 6th Division. And Gary McKinnon also said he's seen names of captains, admirals, high-ranking officers in the space fleet.
It's funny because that plays into other people's testimonies that there's fucking army people who work with the aliens to abduct people.
Yes.
And that plays into that too.
And
there's so much shit.
Yeah,
dude.
and he said he also seen a list of ships, and they were all designated. You know how in the ocean with naval ships, it's USS Dick in Hand, whatever.
Yeah.
He's seen ships labeled USSS.
Yeah.
Which is USSS. I'm in fucking space. This is my ship.
No, not quite. But.
So
That's pretty close.
Hold on, I'll look up what USS means.
Well, it's the United States.
Well, I want to know what the what the fuck is this? United States ship.
I have no fucking clue.
I feel like it's kind of fucked up.
I have no fucking clue. But United.
Yeah, it's United States ship. So USSS.
Spaceship.
USSS would be United States spaceship. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was in 2002.
Yeah.
So supposedly he found evidence in 2002 that there was already a 6th Division of the military.
Yeah.
And And I'm all about that. I totally believe there's a different space. Listen,
you want my healthy skeptic opinion. I'll always bring forth the healthy skeptic. My opinion might be different from this all the time, but like I'll present as trying to be as logical as possible and down to earth as possible, and that's that. I don't think, but you could think that it's possible that we already have it lined up with that. It's not necessarily something that we're doing, but it's something
it was
that
already
we have it ready to go,
set in motion.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's what some people believe, that Trump didn't announce that he's creating this new.
Well, he didn't announce that he's creating it. He didn't say
he's not creating it.
He didn't say he was making it.
He just said we have it.
Well, how did he say it? How did he say it again? He said.
No,
he said we want a 6th division or something like that.
Yeah, he said I'm ordering blah blah blah. To create, he said create.
Oh yeah, the creation of
a 6th division of the U.S. military.
Yeah,
which I don't believe that's the case. I believe that he's just announcing it's there.
Yeah,
that he's announcing, because now that leads into his uncle, and it leads into fucking the Tesla shit.
Yeah,
and it's. Dude, and now he's a fucking time traveler. Son of a bitch.
Who? Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Son of a bitch, man.
They wrote that book about him. And Barron Trump is actually Steve Bannon. And where's Steve Bannon been?
I don't know. I think he died.
Huh.
He's... I don't know. Maybe he's on the fucking spaceship.
Where is Steve Bannon?
He's on the spaceship, dude. Dude, and you got to look at their budgets, man. Listen, I'm not one of these people, but there are people out there.
Haha, the first thing that came up, one of the first things was CNN, and then CNN said that Steve Bannon says Donald Trump has never lied. Yes, really. Like, Steve Bannon, really?
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking retard.
I'm not one of these people that I can't put in the time. I don't even know the avenues to go, but the government records.
Bloomsburg wrote, "This man is the most dangerous political operative in America. Steve Bannon runs the new vast right-wing conspiracy, and he wants to take down both Hillary Clinton and Jeb Bush."
Whatever.
Wow. Whatever.
There's so much money.
That was in 2015, though.
What was the new military budget? $730 some billion.
Wow.
Or something like that. Now, is that for a year or is that just for 6 months? I don't even know.
Because they only operate for 6 months.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's so much money that goes into black programs. And black programs are okay. And black programs, they have no congressional oversight.
Yeah.
There are no questions asked. You need fucking $50 billion? Here you go, motherfucker. You got it. You don't even have to tell me. You don't even have to tell me what it's for. Take your $50 billion. There's so much of that fucking money every fucking year that gets dumped into these black programs.
Makes you think.
And then you have all this shit.
Makes you think how much money they accumulate from us on taxes, bro.
Oh, dude, it's ridiculous.
That's fucking crazy.
Trump's wording was, "I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a space force as the 6th branch."
He really danced around the word creation.
Dude, I'm telling you, he just announced it's real. That's my opinion.
He really danced around the word creation there. That's
my opinion. And I don't know who I said this to the other day, but my deal with Trump in space, because there's been a lot of shit about Trump in space. Yeah, I was telling you. Yeah. I remember, because I kept track of the fucking, the election and everything. Yeah. And because, for one, Podesta and Clinton, they kept talking about UFO disclosure.
Yeah, especially Podesta.
Yeah, especially Podesta. It came up a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then people would hit Trump up.
Yeah.
Be like, what do you think, Trump, about this UFO disclosure in space and this and that?
Yeah.
And you know what Trump would say?
Yeah.
I don't fucking have time for that.
No time for space.
Fuck space. He didn't want nothing to do with space.
Yeah.
Nothing. He's like, fuck it, cut them. They don't need all that fucking money.
Yeah.
Fuck space.
Well, he wanted to lower expenditure.
And-
So
and
yeah.
now he is all about fucking space.
Yeah, it is
And-
pretty weird.
It's
Another Trump lie yet again.
that fucking lying fucking Stormy Daniels fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, I'd fuck.
She's
Stormy
going down to
Daniels.
help the fucking children, man. She's gonna breastfeed every fucking one of them. Make sure they got their food.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna go there and fucking brown face and be like, "Oh, I'm just a child."
Yeah. She's gonna be. I'm sorry, Obama did this. I mean, I'm sorry, Trump did this to you.
I'm sorry, Bush. I'm sorry, Obama. I'm sorry, Trump did this.
Trump.
Brump.
Trump.
That's what they call him. Drump.
So yeah, so I believe Trump just said, you know what, this is our, and you know, your buddy, your crazy motherfucker,
Yeah.
Alex Jones,
Yeah.
back during the election, it was people like him and a couple other people saying that when Trump got into office, he wasn't gonna fucking beat around the fucking bush.
Yeah.
He was gonna start releasing to the public all the fucking technology
Yeah.
that they got bogged down
Yeah.
to help us, to help the fucking world. So
Well, he hasn't really. It's been a couple years now.
yeah.
Well, no
Well,
one's fucking
with-
working with him. He's had
Well,
so
Well,
much
that's true. I'm just saying,
with the
it's been a
space
couple years.
program. With this,
If he does it in this term, I'd say that's pretty quick.
yeah,
Pretty quick.
You know, he's had fucking.
And it's looking like he's gonna
He's had
do it this
Russia
term.
To deal with, you know?
It's
Yeah,
looking like
he's-
it's looking like he's gonna do it this term with the Space Force shit. It's gonna happen. I'd imagine if he gets it all like ready to go like within this term. then
dude,
he's
and that comment he made a couple weeks ago, if he hands, the deciding factor of marijuana to the states,
second term fucking secured.
second term, which kind of scares me because second term he'll be what in fucking 80, right? He'll be
No,
about 80 years
No,
old.
he'll be like 78.
He'll be about 80 years old. man.
77, 78.
And that's like Reagan age, and they say Reagan started to go senile. His last year was 88. They say he started to go senile like around fucking 86, 87.
Perhaps.
So I mean,
And, I mean, even though I'll say I'm a Trump supporter, you guys go out there and say that.
No, we've said it.
I
so.
wouldn't want to see a senile Trump.
could you imagine a fucking senile Trump? Oh
I
my
don't want
god,
to.
Well, dude,
that'd be funny.
To be fair,
Fuck it.
To be
Burn
fair,
it down.
to be fair, people already think he's senile. You know, his people who don't support him.
Yeah.
Well, he'll be about 78 because when he got elected, he was 69, I think. So
Yeah. Is that what he was?
So I think he'll be 77, 78 by the time
Yeah.
if he gets a second term and lives through it. You know.
Wow, it's hard to believe that if he gets a second term, like we're gonna live through a second term, and then he's probably gonna die after that.
I actually think that if he gets elected for a second term, there's going to be a civil war. Personally, no, I'm not even joking, man. Honestly think because of how crazy the liberals been. No offense, you know it's okay to have a liberal opinion.
Yeah,
I have nothing wrong with it.
You're right.
I have nothing wrong with a liberal opinion, but we both, if you're listening to this and you're liberal, me and you both know that there are those people out there.
Yeah.
The crazy liberal.
Yeah.
The guy, like if you have liberal opinions, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. You just have you simply have a different political opinion than I do.
Yeah.
But we both know that there's those guys on Twitter who are militant. And we got the Antifas. Look at the day of the inauguration.
Yeah.
Remember the fucking how they trashed an entire city.
Yeah, I
over
know.
Inauguration.
I think you're giving their army their side too much credit.
I
Because
think by second term,
I don't think they have the numbers that
I think
they're pushing that they have.
I think they're gonna
don't have
hit the
numbers.
child level of I'm running away from home, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like right now we're at temper tantrum. If he gets a second term, we're gonna be hitting. I'm running away from home with my Dorito bag, and you'll never see me again, aka for like 8 hours.
Good, fucking. You know,
I did that one time when I was a kid.
Canada or something.
I did that when I was a kid one time. My mom yelled at me one time, and I took a Dorito bag outside, and I sat behind because we have like a septic hill.
Yeah.
And I sat on the other side of the septic hill, and I hid there for like a couple hours.
Yeah, I think everyone did that.
And
I
then
think I did that as well.
And then I came back, and I was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah. Is it dinner time? Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how. That's one of our presidents got pneumonia and got all fucked up because of that. I forget which one. because he actually ran away from home and
Wow.
he only brought some donuts with him. I'm not even joking. This is yeah, and he was out in the rain for too long and it gave him like pneumonia and it fucked with his health for his whole life. I'm not even fucking joking. One of our presidents. Wow. Anyway, fucking yeah. But point is, I think the crazy like Antifas. I think you're gonna. If they don't have like a civil war, I just think that they're gonna have. Here's me lowballing it. I'll lowball it and say like, okay, I'd say that they're just gonna just wreck shit more than they did originally for the first. Like, you know how they've calmed down. There's not much about like there's still rallies and stuff, but there's not as many people getting fucking hit by cars and the whole shebang. Like, I think everybody's kind of gotten used to it and it's kind of cooled down. But I mean, liberals are still like on Twitter, like tweeting like crazy.
I think that has a lot to do with the news media pushing this shit. To be honest with you.
Well, but that's besides the point. Like, it seems everybody's kind of cooled down, and everybody's just kind of starting to not coming to terms with it. But they're not fucking out there like pepper spraying people as much as they used to. Like, whereas for a while there, for like the first year, like we were like every day, it was a massive fight just broke out between the Trump supporters and the Antifas. And I think if he gets elected again, I think within the first 2 years are just gonna be real rough of them fucking. We're gonna have like all kinds of racist stories. You're gonna be hearing about white people getting dragged out of their homes and getting fucked up.
Well, I mean, just look at what fucking Peter Fonda said.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
it's funny because he's from Hollywood, so he's probably fuck a little.
But all I'm saying is that it can only get worse from there.
Yeah.
So.
And I don't understand. I just don't understand how that guy can tweet something like this. Shows you.
Well, he did get contacted by the fucking Secret Service.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
He got in big trouble.
It doesn't matter. No one's denounced him. Yeah, Sony didn't fucking announce him.
His fucking movie.
Nobody denounced him, man. Yo, fucking Roseanne, she fucking
lost her show for calling a white person a
dude.
monkey.
Not only that, she's getting fucked in the face now. She just took a settlement. They're rebooting the show. They're killing her.
Oh yeah.
Then that's what they said. They're gonna kill her. They killed her.
Wow.
They're rebooting the show. It's called The Connors.
Yeah.
Without her, and they're gonna kill her.
Wait for it to fucking crash and burn.
I'll tell you. I hope it fucking burns. I hope
Yeah.
it burns, just like the rest of fucking Hollywood.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know, we want fucking Hollywood to fucking fall apart.
Dude, they're all fucking baby fuckers.
They're all fucking cultists and fucking pedophiles and sex perverts. They're all Harvey fucking Weinsteins over there.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do a fucking Roman Polanski one.
Yeah.
And you fucking dude, that'll blow your fucking mind.
That shit'll make me fucking mad.
Because it wasn't rape.
Fucking Whoopi Goldberg. Fuck her.
It wasn't rape.
If you guys didn't know, on The View one time, she said that about Roman Polanski, who fucking drugged and then fucking fucked a 13-year-old girl.
In the ass.
Yeah.
Do you know? Listen,
While she was drugged.
It wasn't rape. Dude, listen. All the guys out
said.
there. You know how hard it is to try to get some fucking anal? Anal is fucking hard to do, man. It's hard to fucking get. Most chicks won't fucking give up the ass. But a drunk fucking, quaaluded out fucking 13-year-old, she was in the conscious mind to say, yeah, okay, yeah, fuck me in the ass.
So it's not rape.
I don't fuck. It's not rape. That's what Whoopi Goldberg said. Well, it wasn't rape. Rape. You fucking stupid bitch.
Yeah. They need to fucking burn. I hate them
fucking
all.
Rape,
I fucking hate all fucking
rape
pedophiles.
Is rape,
if you're a fucking pedophile and you're listening to this,
goddamn
contact us so I can fucking
off.
beat your face in.
Oh, man. Yeah, now I'm all pissed off.
Yeah.
How'd we go from fucking space to Roman?
Yeah, we were all excited. I was looking at jet pictures and like a little autistic boy. I was like, yeah, like jets. now I'm all fucking pissed off.
Now I want to fucking, because Polanski's got fucking daughters. Now I want to go take one of his daughters, strip her naked, and put her in a fucking cage with a bunch of pedophiles.
And give her some Quaaludes.
Give her some fucking Quaaludes.
Say it wasn't rape.
And it's okay for me to say that because fucking that's what fucking that Fonda.
Peter Fonda says.
Peter Fonda said about Barron. So we're good. We're cool.
Yeah.
I just.
Can you fucking believe that? Barron Trump's only a young teenage boy.
He's a fucking kid, man.
How old is fucking Barron Trump? 13?
He's a fucking kid, for Christ's sakes.
Barron Trump age. He's literally a fucking kid, dude. He's 12 years old.
Unfucking real,
He's
dude.
fucking 12.
Well, Peter Fonda's probably fucking people that young.
Dude,
Jesus Christ,
Can
man.
you fucking believe saying such a thing about a goddamn 12-year-old?
Dude, dude, and fucking Hollywood loves it. They love it. These fucking liberals love it.
You don't have to fucking like Trump, but saying that about a 13-year-old who has nothing to do with the politics.
I know.
He has nothing to do with it.
Yeah,
He's
you
dragged
remember-
into it because it's
yeah.
his fucking dad.
Yeah, you remember how fucking bored he looked at the inauguration speech?
He has
He
no
didn't give a
nothing to
fuck.
do with it.
He didn't give a fuck.
he-
The kid wants to play Pokemon, for Christ's sake.
He's literally
I don't
forced.
blame him.
He's literally forced to fucking be a part of this whole political fucking thing. The kid's a nice kid. If you looked at his Twitter before it got shut down, because he had to shut down his Twitter because he was
Yeah.
getting attacked. He was tweeting at people, just talking to him. He was like, "Yeah, I like anime. I like watching anime. Anime is cool." And people were drawing like fan art of Barron Trump, and he was like, "Hey, this looks really cool." And like people were like, "Oh, I don't really like my art," and he's like, "No, it's really cool." He's being a nice little kid on the fucking internet, and then people dude, it makes me so mad.
Dude, could you imagine?
Imagine being so fucking evil.
Could you imagine the outrage if someone said, "Fucking," what's one of those Obama kids? Malia.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if someone said, "Strip her down,
Throw in her cage.
put her in a fucking cage with some fucking pedophiles"? Holy shit!
There would be a national outrage if you had any amount of
Oh
publicity.
my
If you were a
God.
public figure, you'd be looked at like a fucking
Holy
demon.
fuck, dude!
And that's just how that's how that fucking works. It's so fucking selective. And now we're stuck on this. We're not even talking about
yeah,
space.
no. Now I'm pissed off, dude.
Now I'm fucking mad because some of the people on the left, some of the irrational people on the left, will go as far as to fucking would go as far as to want to torture a fucking 12-year-old child because you're so fucking sick in the fucking brain.
Dude, it's
Fuck
ridiculous.
you.
Yeah.
If you fucking agree with Peter Fonda or anything he said or anything along those lines, fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, we don't need you to listen.
I don't want you to
I don't
fucking listen.
want you to
I don't want
listen.
you to fucking listen. I don't want you to be a fucking fan if that's the case.
Dude, that's
You don't
fucked
have to
up.
like Trump, and you don't have to like anybody involved in Trump's fucking campaign. Your politics are your politics. But if you'll go as far as to attack the person's child, a 12-year-old fucking child, there's something fucking wrong with you.
Yeah. And dude, and he's probably going to be the first fucking commander of the space fleet.
When he becomes Steve Bannon.
But yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, so space.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got
Final
really
frontier.
angry. I got really fucking angry.
Final frontier.
Did you hear
I-
that
I
Alex
listened-
Jones?
I-
Alex Jones wants to fight Peter Fonda. He put down $1 million to fight Peter Fonda.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Wow.
like a cage fight.
Good.
I'm not even joking.
Good.
Hold on.
I will root for Alex Jones.
I will fucking pay for that pay-per-view.
Fucking A right.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
I'll
right now.
actually watch something on TV.
Okay, right here on Infowars, Alex Jones offers $1 million to cage fight Peter Fonda. Will the washed-up actor respond?
So yeah, someone doxed him. So one night at work, me and fucking James, when we were on break, we fucking called all the numbers
Yeah.
that were doxed.
Most of them were shut down.
Yeah.
But one had
Yeah, one you could leave a voicemail at, and I let Jimmy take that. So
yeah, the one. I said, Peter Fonda, please don't put me in a cage and rape me.
yeah,
like that.
I wanted to say, hey Pete, the fucking test results came back, and yeah, it's pretty clear I got AIDS, so you might want to fucking make some phone calls. But yeah, so that's I don't know if this episode made any fucking sense. If it did,
Dude,
I'm fucking sorry.
you know what I've come to notice? Like last podcast on the left, they've done a lot of alien episodes.
Yeah.
Every single one is fucked up because
Because
there's
so
so
many
much
doors.
shit. And they're like liberal. I'd consider last podcast on the
Yeah.
left, other than no offense to Henry Zabrowski, if he ever listens to this, he's a little bit on the crazy liberal side.
Yeah.
But the other two seem all right. They seem like they're liberals, but you don't have to worry too much. They just seem to not like Trump. One's actually a Republican who just doesn't like
Yeah,
Trump.
and you know, for being a conservative Republican Trump supporter, I listen to what the fuck's his name, Jimmy Dore.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Dore.
Yeah, Jimmy Dore's cool.
Jimmy Dore.
He doesn't like Trump.
No,
He doesn't like Trump.
no, he doesn't like Trump, but I can listen to him because
But he knows that Hillary was bad. He accepts facts.
Yeah.
He accepts facts.
yeah,
It's okay to have a liberal opinion. Just
Yeah.
don't be fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Don't ignore facts.
Yeah.
If
And
you're a
there's some-
liberal, I can't tell you you're
Yeah.
wrong if you're a liberal.
and there's some shit with Jimmy Dore as far as politics that I kind of agree with him. I'm kind of on the same.
well,
fucking
you
page as
you
him.
have to realize that like 5 years ago we were considered left.
Yeah.
Because it's not that our opinions change, it's that the fucking scale shifted.
Yeah. But I'll listen to anyone. I mean, except for CNN. Sorry, I don't listen to fucking CNN or Rachel Maddow. Maddow cry.
Fuck them both. Dude.
See her cry about the kids.
Cry
No
about-
one cares about the fucking kids. Remember that? Oh wait, did you see that video? Did I show that video to anyone? It was
You know,
what's his name? Paul.
You know it's
Oh,
fucking.
Yeah.
You know it's fucking funny. Rachel Maddow crying about kids, but you know what? I bet you she ate that Peter Fonda fucking tweet up, dude.
Oh, dude, she probably loved it.
Fucking
Probably
that's
loved
the
it.
big. That's the irony of the crazy left.
Probably loved it, man.
Oh, think about the kids, but let's lock up Barron Trump.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys, for real. Everything to you guys is political. It's just a political tool. You're liars.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm sorry. It makes me angry.
Holy shit. Yes, the space program. I think the problem. I don't know. Maybe I got too excited with this and just dove into it. I think the problem with a topic like this
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna
is,
say.
is
Last
you would
podcast.
almost have to pick. Like I tried to cram so much shit in. You would almost have to pick like
What you talk about. ahead of
like
time.
start with World War II.
Yeah.
Do an
But
episode.
you'd have to really set
Yeah.
up your timeline, man.
Oh, dude, it's
Like
Hey,
I said,
this is all new to this
every
is all
single
new to
time.
us,
Every
man.
single time last podcast
all
does
new.
aliens, it becomes a shit show.
Yeah.
Not that it was a bad podcast. It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that they, and you know how much research they do. I told you they
Yeah,
do like
yeah, yeah.
40 hours of research
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah, we
And
don't.
they have they actually hire
hire
two people.
I got a fucking weed whack.
They
I had to
have
mow lawn today.
They have two people throughout the week for their weekly podcast. They have two people hired.
Well, they also got a fucking Patreon and make
Ah.
fuck $20 million a month.
Well, I'm just saying they have two people do research with them
Yeah.
as well. So they completely put it all together. And think about that. So they have all these people hired and all this crazy shit, and then they still do an alien episode, and they're like, oh, what the fuck? We're lost in all this fucking sauce, dude. Lost in it. And it's like one of my favorite stories is the one about the one where Bill Clinton went to that hotel UFO meeting thing, and then all the people in that hotel had suffered from alien abduction images.
Oh
that
yeah.
night.
I remember that.
That's a big fucking like that. Even that one is a really weird to talk
Yeah.
about. Roswell's really weird to talk about. Everything is so muddled up. It's like swimming through fucking dirty water. It's all cloudy, man.
It's like going through the back door,
yeah, it's
the Hershey Highway,
yeah, it's always muddy.
the
but
fondue pot.
it's always muddy, but it sure ain't shut. It's muddy, but it sure ain't shut. In the words of Steel Panther, man.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah. So I don't even know. What.
I don't know, we ragged on
I'm
fucking-
so fucking confused right
Yeah,
now.
I got all upset about the fucking Hollywood thing. Now I'm all fucking hot and bothered.
I don't know. I don't know if we explained anything.
Dude, it's so hard to fucking talk about, to be honest with you. We're gonna have to do a part 2, right? I'm figuring.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we'll think about it.
well, this is episode 12, right? Is this episode 12?
Let me check.
I'm pretty sure it's episode 12.
Yeah, because we had figured that 13 was going to be his.
Yeah. 13's yours. So,
yeah, that's right. It's fine.
and considering it's number 13, you wanted to do something. That
I want to do
relates.
Satanism.
Yeah, bring on the fucking Lucifer.
Yeah,
oh, you want to do
Lucifer.
straight up Satanism?
Yeah,
No Hollywood Luciferians?
I might talk about that.
Okay.
But because it's hard to talk about Luciferians in Hollywood and shit like that because it's look at like the Church of Satanism with like Marilyn Manson and shit. It's like it's not even really Satanism, and it's just a bunch of people who believe in moral fucking like their own moral choices and how to improve themselves as people. It's like that kind of Satanism isn't even worth talking about it because it's not even a cult. It's like
Yeah.
it's just a bunch. It's almost like atheists, edgy atheists. That's what I'll fucking call it. Edgy atheists who just want to do good things. I don't know. I'm joining Scientology.
Yo, this fucking meme on Twitter or Facebook that I boosted,
Yeah.
it is fucking dude.
It's banging. It's banging.
Dude, did you see? And you seen it, right? It's just James Hetfield playing to a couple fucking gnomes, dude. Oh, that's fucking epic, man. Dude, it won't stop, man.
Wow.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Kick, don't stand, fucking back up, fucking third shot. Just sucking that big cock. Wait, no. Oops.
Beatles porn parody. Here Comes My Cum, starring Sergeant Pecker.
That's fucking awesome. Oh my god.
Wow.
Here comes my cum, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes my cum. I say it's all right. Oh yeah, so I'll share my story too, real quick. So when we were fucking working on Jimmy's truck today, we had to take the brake. What's it called?
Brake cylinder.
Yeah, we had to take the
master
brake
brake cylinder.
cylinder, master cylinder.
Whatever, it's a brake cylinder.
Yeah,
They
it's
call
a
it
brake cylinder.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, if you don't know what it is, it's this thing. It pumps fucking fluid through your system, makes your brakes, makes your fucking car stop. Well, anyway, so you have to take it off, and you have to fill it with fluid, and you have to what's called bench bleed it. You have to make sure the cylinder itself is completely filled with fluid before you attach it, because you don't want any fucking air in it.
Yeah.
So I'm down on the fucking ground, right? I have this thing. It's in the fucking. I have it fastened, and I'm fucking putting fluid in it and shit, and I'm trying to bleed this fucking thing, and the fucking fluid shot right out of it. Brake fluid smacked me right in the face, on my glasses, on my lip, down my fuck, dripping off my chin.
Yeah.
And it was warm,
Yeah.
and it was like a hot load, I guess.
Yeah.
If I never had a hot, actually, yeah, I did. That's another story.
Yeah, and it's
I never.
funny. What?
Okay, yeah, I did that too. But yeah, so it was really gross, and now I know how the porn girls feel. And you know what, ladies, that is work.
Yeah, after that happened to him, I had to go. I had to go sit down suddenly.
Yeah.
Because my legs were tired.
That was it was pretty gross, and it was so warm. It was so warm, just dripping off my face, and I got a little in my mouth,
Yeah.
and it tasted terrible.
Did you all of a sudden want to become a girl after that?
No, no, I did not.
Huh.
I did not.
Yeah.
No, he was fine staying a guy.
Yeah.
Wanted it, though.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm wearing my high heels and panties at home, I feel like I could be a really hot girl.
Silence. That's like J. Edgar Hoover style.
You know what they say? People in power are fucking weird for some reason.
Well, it must be time to fucking wrap this up, because one of the kids just came out of the room.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, so I don't know where we'll go from here. We threw a lot of shit in there. Eventually, later down the road here, there's other things that I talked about tonight I want to go in more depth on. Like whole episodes just dedicated to that, and try not to fucking veer off into 20 million, like the Antarctica.
I'll try
thing.
I'll try to shut up.
No. Yeah, it was cool. The Antarctica thing, because I know you're into that too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, like the Antarctica thing, that's like a whole deal. You know, German wonder weapons, that's a whole fucking deal. Greek style. Anal sex, that's a whole deal.
Bisexual threesomes.
Yeah, the bisexual threesomes.
Yeah.
You know, and NASA, of course,
Yeah.
and the moon landing.
Never a straight answer.
Never a straight answer.
Yeah.
We got rid of that technology.
Yeah.
We got rid of that, and we don't have that anymore. What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know, man.
That's just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could join the Space Force. It's something I would actually do, but I think I'm too debilitated because of my fucking betis.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I can't. Like, if I were to sign up and try to do it, I'm pretty sure they would be like, A, you're fucking like almost 23 years old. Like, you're kind of getting to that old zone where we don't want you anymore. Well, that's true. They don't. They don't want you after you're like
too
20.
old for that. What branch did Todd go into?
He went Navy. He was younger than me.
Well,
He was younger than me.
You might be able to cross over, Navy, Air Force, and the space, because their ships, they got to run these, like, if you watch.
Well, I'd
fucking
imagine
Star
you'd
Trek-
have to be high ranking though.
Well, like Star Trek. I mean, you know.
Imagine Todd on Star Trek, dude. Yo, what the fuck are the blasters anyway?
Yo, what you think about Captain Kirk?
He'd have to be a red shirt, right?
I don't know. I don't know too much about Star Trek references.
I don't even think he'd get a shirt. No,
The
seriously.
red shirts,
Seriously, whatever.
the red shirts are the guys that are always in the background. That always
Listen,
Yeah.
he was fucking goofy, man, but he joined the fucking
Except for
military.
that one black lady.
I'm
who
go-
was
yo.
real hot. Wasn't she a red shirt? From the original Star Trek? Wasn't she? She was a red shirt.
Ahura?
horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The
What was her
one-
name?
the
Was it
first-
really
the
Ahura?
first-
Yeah.
Wasn't that like the first white black kiss? Or
Yeah. Captain Kirk kissing her, I think, was the first
I literally just looked up. Yeah, she's a red shirt, bro.
interracial
I told you-
kiss.
I told you she was a black shirt. Or a red shirt. My bad.
Yeah, first interracial
She was
kiss.
pretty hot, dude. I'm gonna be real with you. She
Oh,
was really
side
good
note,
looking.
I don't know if I said this. I might have said this before. My favorite, back in the day when I was a kid, when I was like in like 5th, 6th, 7th grade, you could still watch the old Star Treks. I don't know if you can watch them now.
You
but
can. They're on Netflix.
Yeah, but with Captain Kirk and all that shit, and I used to love it because it looks so cheesy. But I used to love those.
Well, now you're
And-
anti-Star Trek with your Star Wars shit.
But whatever. My favorite episode of the series with Captain Kirk and shit was one where they went to a planet where it was like an alternate universe type thing where the Nazis won the war. Yeah.
I've heard it.
Yeah.
Except for it's real.
Yeah, it was really cool, and that was like my favorite episode.
My favorite episode is one of I think I don't remember which episode it was. It's the one that everybody makes fun of because of that lizard guy, the lizard guy. That he fights.
Yeah. That's fucked
That
up.
was actually kind of a cool episode too. I mean, in concept, it was a cool episode.
Was there something else we were supposed to talk about? Something that happened?
I'm gonna go home and watch Star Trek tonight.
Okay.
Not watch Star Wars though. Definitely not watch Star Wars. I'll avoid it at all costs.
Dude, you can make fun of it all you want, but honestly, the point I'm at, I don't even watch movies anymore.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't watch movies. I don't watch fucking TV.
Yeah.
I feel bad when I leave. I put the TV on for the animals, and they're
Yeah.
probably getting fucking stupider by the second because they're watching fucking stupid fucking TV.
Yeah.
Stupid fake fucking TV, man.
Yeah, you should just turn on Star Trek. For
I
a
might
minute.
as well just fucking be dumping fluoride right down their fucking
What
throats.
you should do is you should get doggy earphones for Rocky and then play Radiohead at all times.
What I should do is beat the fuck out of him because
Oh
you
my-
don't shut up.
Oh my god. We love you, Rocky, buddy. He's a good doggy.
You kidding? I love that fucking dog. Don't fucking tell Megan that. She thinks I hate him.
Yeah.
Fuck that. He's a good protector, that dog. I don't think he'd be able to
Dude,
do much. but-
honestly, no, that's how. That's
What?
I talk to my
If
I talk to my mom
somebody
about that all the
puts
time.
one foot on your fucking property, he knows about
Oh,
it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's what
man.
my dog's like. And my mom's always like, well, like, rah, she's always barking. Well, she barks at everything. So then nobody's gonna
Yeah.
break into the house, because in fact, I don't know what the deal was. One time I was outside and I heard some rustling. I don't know what it was. I think it might have been like a bunch of like coyotes or something. Actually, honestly, because I heard them all over the place. I heard like a bunch of like leaves rustling and like people walking on grass, or not people, but something walking on grass.
Chupacabra.
Like I heard them all over the place, and the dog was freaking out, and I was fucking standing outside because I heard it too, because she was freaking out outside. And you know what? If that was a fucking person, she fucking scared them away.
Yeah.
She fucking made them go the fuck away. We don't get groundhogs anymore either because of her.
Wow.
So we used to have a problem with groundhogs. They made these huge holes underneath our shed.
Wow.
They don't do them anymore because we got the fucking my dog, and she just barks at fucking everything. She keeps the squirrels out of the bird feeders, basically, because she's always fucking going after them.
Hey, I know I said this last week, but I'm today,
Yeah.
well, tomorrow, Monday,
Yeah.
I think I got some free time
Okay.
because I'm not working. I'm not working during the day.
Okay.
I got a weed whack tomorrow though,
Okay.
but I won't do that till later. So I think I'm actually gonna pick some shit out of some episodes and throw on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll throw some full episodes on YouTube too.
Okay. Well, if you ever need me to do the full episodes, I'll do them. I don't know. I'm too fucking lazy.
Well, if you want to do them. You just gotta let me know so I don't fucking
Yeah.
redo the same shit. But
Well, just ask me and I'll do them. So, just text me and be like, do it, and I'll do it. Well, whatever. That's about 3 hours.
Jesus
We're
Christ,
at-
no
we're-
one's gonna listen to
We're
that.
at 2 hours and 54 minutes right now. So
I
let's
don't think anyone's gonna listen.
let's
to
wrap
that.
it the fuck up. Honestly,
Yeah, fuck it. Who cares?
let's wrap it the fuck up, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, I guess. Or not tomorrow, next week. Not bad. I just fucking crap my fucking brain.
Oops, I crapped my pants.
All right, so our podcast Twitter is @drinkingatheory, all undercase. My Twitter is @JimmyBonesMyGuy. Each first letter of each word is capitalized. I don't know if that matters or not. The Instagram is drink_and_a_theory_podcast. We don't really post there. Sorry. You're probably listening to this on SoundCloud, and if you're not, we're on iTunes and Stitcher as well as SoundCloud. So, you have multiple ways to listen to the podcast. We also have a Facebook page, Drinking a Theory. Are we podcast? Are we called podcast on the fucking drink it? We're Drinking a Theory podcast on Facebook. We only have 117 likes. So if you have a Facebook, go ahead and run by there and like the page. Comment and tell us we're gay. It'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, you can say.
I'll ha react it, and I'll say, "Come say that to my fucking face, you fucking bitch."
You can say we suck. I don't.
Go ahead. And I'm gonna say, you know what, man? I'm gonna be in Broadsville at this time. You know what? If you want to say that to my fucking face, go ahead. See what happens. I'm fucking 6'8". I'm ripped. I just have diabetes. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Too many protein shakes with sugar in them. So now my liver's all fucked up. Whatever.
All right, and I ain't got nothing else to say.
Yeah, this is everything. See you guys next week. We're gonna talk about more Trump space stuff, and maybe we won't rag on the crazy liberals
No,
again.
not next week. Next week you're doing the devil.
Oh, am I? So what are we doing?
Next week's the 13th episode, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So I am doing the devil thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that's what you wanted to do, bro.
Well, no. If you wanted to fucking continue this episode, let's do it
Nah, we'll wait till fucking.
the week after.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
okay,
I don't
okay.
fucking know, dude.
All right, then next week I'm gonna do something about Satanism. So expect that.
Yeah. Eat some fucking babies.
666.
Yeah.
It's a number of the beast.
Maybe Chelsea Clinton will follow us.
Yeah.
She's ugly.
Yeah. All right, guys. See you
All right,
later.
peace.